Hello everyone and welcome to the Spring Championship. This is day 2, and with day 2 we get into the 2v2s. I am Duke X-Fam, you can see it up above me, and with me today is my co-caster Toast BH. How are you, Toast? I can't hear you. Hey, it's not me who's
I'm
muted,
doing
though.
well. Thanks for
It wasn't
asking.
me.
It wasn't you. Turns out you gotta unpress the physical mute button on your mixer before you go. But I'm hyped, very hyped for these games. I mean, 2v2, some of the best players in the world, and also maybe the biggest tournament ever in the world. It's pretty exciting.
I'm definitely hyped for this. I'm just like, honestly, I'm hyped that it wasn't me who was muted for once. Like, you don't even know. I've been muting myself for like years. But yeah, we're gonna get into the 2v2s today in a little bit. We're actually gonna start with top 8 of the 2v2s once we get into the meat of the things. But we do want to give a brief rundown of what happened previously this past yesterday with the 1v1 scene in EU and NA. Yesterday for EU specifically, we saw a lot of upsets. By and large, I don't think anyone really expected M for Mini to get first place in EU, and huge props to that guy. It was insane. Big Olgrim plays. Do you have anything you want to like say about M for Mini besides props?
I mean, honestly, like I seen him around in a couple of the tournaments doing really well, but this was kind of like just out of nowhere, and it was incredible. I was working yesterday, but I was peeking at my phone whenever I could to watch the stream, and I caught a little bit of that grand final, and I was blown away. It just the amount of control and just what he was able to do against O'Brien of like all people, you know, already one of the top players in the world. Like, good on you, dude. Fantastic.
Yeah, it was impressive, especially with that Olgrim, which is a character that a lot of people they've been discounting, going way back when. Sparky was given a lot of grief to like Doppy for playing Olgrim in tournament. I think Sparky's woed back a little bit, recognized that Olgrim's got some stuff in the kit that makes him a really strong character, and M for Mini really showing it up. Taking down Dobrain 3-0. Dobrain like he's one of the gods of the EU scene, one of the big boys of EU, and Dobrain, like, he got beat 3-0. Like, that is a substantial loss from M for Mini.
I mean, it's you don't often see that the 3-0 victory in a grand final to go like that. Oftentimes, you know, you go to that grand final, and it, you know, you get a little bit of back and forth. But if you're looking at the bracket, you're looking at the scores. M for Mini went 3-0 against O'Brien, went 3-0 against Flamethrower, and then went 2-0 in the semifinal against Addy Mestic. I mean, M for Mini, I don't know what food he's eating or what he's on, but I mean, he just kind of like he went up and boost moded it a little bit.
The boost, he's the new EU boosted animal, as Malt got taken down. Other players of note, Flamethrower, he's kind of more recent in the scene, starting to make some waves. I know a lot of the EU ranked players are familiar with him and have things that they want to say about him, but as far as I've seen in tournament, Flamethrower is new. He's big, he's boolin', like, he's coming out. He beat out Exodus, like, he made the run all the way up till M for Mini, but M for Mini, he's just the bigger boosted animal, getting first place. Dobrain was able to beat out Flamethrower, but it was a close 2-3 between the two, for sure.
Oh yeah.
And it's, you go. It's all you.
I was just gonna say that's one of the pleasures of these online tournaments, that sometimes you get blown away. Someone you've never heard of, you know, for us US folks, comes out of the woodwork and is just like, hey everyone, I wanted you to know that I'm really good at Brawlhalla, and I'm gonna take you down, you know.
So that was the EU side of 1v1s. I didn't grab the NA side, but I can tell you off the top of my head, LDZ, he's back. He's out to win every single seasonal, apparently, as he won Winter Championship, he won BCX, and now he has won Spring Championship in 1v1, and will likely be trying to solidify that seat by getting first place in the 2v2s today, later on. He was able to beat it out over Noel of Flashpoint Esports, got second place behind him with that Koji after the reset. It was a close best of 5 after the reset for sure.
I also want to point out that he get knocked into the losers semifinals, and he built all the way back up from there to that losers final, beating out Wrenched, beating out Stevenator, beating out Remy, and then beating out Boomy in that losers final 3-1 to go ahead, come to that grand final, and then we got that match reset.
Yeah, Boomy was out. Boomy was out to prove a point, and I think his message was heard by more than a handful of people who maybe didn't want to hear that message, but they got it anyways. As Boomy did get taken down in he lost in winners finals, and then went up against LDZ and got taken down. That end of the set was big though. LDZ got a gravity cancel downlight into a chase downs recovery, which was very clean and very fanciful, but likely not able to do that kind of play style in 2v2s. We're going to see a lot of different stuff with the 2v2s, whereas we'll see a little bit more black hole centric play style, especially out of NA, and we will likely be seeing a lot more of follow-up play styles. It's going to be harder to play safe and play defensive. You're going to see stocks get taken down very quickly, and that aggressive play style, that those big explosions that come out of Boomy when he's going for that big explosive play, or out of LDZ when he's going for those high energy, like top of the map plays, you're going to see those come out more and more in 2v2 for sure.
Yeah, the big plays. My favorite is always seeing kind of the dynamic, the chemistry between teammates that have been working together for a long time, and just seeing a teammate, you know, go really low under the platform, underneath the map, to go ahead and catch that save on their opponent who otherwise might die. You know, and it's little plays like that, the communication, just the positioning, able to, you know, turn what's a 2v2 into a 2v1 for like 2-3 seconds to really just build up that damage, keep things going. It's those little things, I think, for me, that makes 2v2s kind of like the thing to happen, the thing to do, and I think we're going to see a lot of that in this tournament today.
For sure. I'm kind of waiting. I see the players, and I want to give them the proper introductions, but I don't know if we're supposed to get into it just yet. Let me see if I can get a confirmation before we do that. We also have player cards for a lot of these players. Currently up on the scene, we have Slug, Cal, Cure Station, and Logic, and the only one who I have a player card for is going to be the one and only QS, which I apparently I've just pronounced his name wrong every single time. I've called him like Care Station, like K, as if it was like Espanol, but apparently that's wrong. Cure, I mean QUE is like kind of the first start of the word Q. I don't know, but that's Cure Station. He is the EU current rank 32 in 1v1s. He got second place in the Stream Me 2v2s, so we might be seeing some big stuff out of him in this 2v2, as he will be actually going up against his former partner. He was with Slug. Right now he is teamed up with Logic to go against Slug and Cal.
Interesting. And, you know, always fun to see kind of those insider matches, almost, where you have a teammate or a team that's no longer a team fighting each other. It's always fun to see, kind of, because they know exactly what the other person's gonna do. So Slug, like you said, teamed Cure Station. It's gonna be a mouthful and a half. We'll see, you know, how that plays into our match here. See if Slug is able to, Slug and Cal are able to. I'm
just wrong. I'm gonna blame the players on this one for not getting their team colors right.
Excellent.
But
okay.
QS and Slug are gonna be teamed together. I gained confirmation. My B. QS and Slug, they're gonna be teamed together. They got 5th in the Stream Me Legends series, even though the graphics says 2nd. So I just you're just like feeding me all sorts of wrong information. We starting off big. But Logic and Cal, Logic and Cal are, they're QS and Slug are ranked 5th after coming 2nd. Raiden, English language is, I'm not awake enough for this. QS and Slug, they got 5th they are currently ranked 5th in the circuit points for 2v2s after getting 2nd in the streaming. So the graphics right, the text is right. I just apparently am illiterate right now. On the other side, Logic and Cal. Newly formed team.
Currently ranked 7th in our standings for 2v2, at least on Smash. You know, I've seen them play together before. You've seen them play individually, seen them play together. You know they're good. I love the Yumiko pick from Logic. You know, new legend. See how that's gonna play out in 2v2.
Yeah, we saw a lot more Yumiko's in the Stream Me 2v2s. Yumiko was just new to the scene when that 2v2 happened, and immediately people were picking up that Yumiko. A lot of a lot of hammer play really came out of that Yumiko, which is really interesting considering how kind of big those signature hitboxes are. That neutral sig takes up so much space. The side sig, it swings front and back after it covers a huge distance. So there's a lot of times where you risk hitting your teammate, but the EU scene especially, they were working that hammer play and they were doing some big stuff and not catching their teammates, which is absolutely astounding to see on this new like week and a half old character at this point. We are going to get into it. You are welcome to type in chat and give them the AOK, as we are going to get into QS and Slug versus Cal and Logic. Currently rank 1 Embers, by the way, in case y'all were wondering. Cal and Logic are in team rank 1 Ember. Shoutouts to Flamethrower.
Let's get into it. Slug and of course Cure Station over here. We got that Diana Hattori pick. Hattori with that extra defense, and we got a little extra force on Slug's Diana here. Val, Cal rocking the Val here. Extra force. We got Yumiko from Logic here, also with the extra force. So we'll see how this kind of plays out. A lot of extra force out on the field means we're going to be seeing probably a little more aggression. Some faster KOs here is what I would expect. And the choice to opt for the defense on the Hattori as opposed to the speed, you know, that's always kind of an interesting trade-off there.
Yeah, definitely. Defense is a popular stat in 2v2s. You want that survivability considering there are at bare minimum 2 other people who are going to be swinging on you, and sometimes if you're playing 2v2 with me, a 3rd person who's going to be swinging on you. So it's very frequently that you'll see people put into that defensive stat, but we are seeing a lot of force. Val, not too surprising to see the force stat. Same with Yumiko. Generally people will put on that force stat, taking one off the decks, and Slug just looking to kill, also adding into that force. So we are going to see 3 force statted characters. Slug and QS, first ones to pick up the weapons. We're already seeing Cal and Logic off stage. Slug trying to get this Gimp onto Cal, staying right on the edge, but Cal is able to make it back safely unarmed. First weapon pickup for the blue team.
We are seeing Slug in here with those guns, catching a lot of those dares, and we're just trying to be really offensive. But Logic right there, immediately turning it around with the stomp side air. Side sig comes out from Cal, which does actually punish Logic there on the side, but Cal has been kept off to the left side here by the red team at the moment. And we have the blue team there just for a moment stuck in between the red team, and this is allowing the red team here to catch that neutral sig right there from Quare Station and get the KO.
Oh, right side, Cal went for a deep ground pound. QS was actually trying to capitalize off of it, but Cal was already disengaging, coming back up. And QS, I like the play. That's the 2v2 mentality that you'll see, is if you send someone off stage, like if QS sends Cal off stage, he's gonna immediately turn around, go for the 2v1, and try to capitalize with a quick burst of damage onto Logic. If they take down Logic, put him into his last stock, that is gonna be a very dangerous spot for the blue team to be in.
And they've already been just working on that. They've been isolating Logic as much as they can over here. But now Logic and Cal both have the red team over on the right side. Side sig, though, will be punished by Slug right there. Logic looking to recover here, gets knocked down by that ground pound, but will recover back to the top of the platform here. Catches that in air.
Oh, nice recovery.
And
the neutral suit. Well played from the red team, still not going to get taken down, and we are seeing Logic on his final stock. Cal just getting into his 2nd stock, but again, the red team, first stock taken down, 2nd one not too far behind, as Logic does have a hammer, but Slug disengages, doesn't want to be anywhere near that, wants his teammate back on the field, but he doesn't want to risk the 2v1.
Logic and Cal sticking together right now. Safety in numbers and all of that. Slug here on the edge, really playing that bow, but Quare Station comes in right at the moment to give a little respite right there. Slug here hasn't been KO'd, has being efficient, looking for this for the damage, and gets caught in that down sig from Cal here. Does get knocked out there. Everyone's on 2 stocks for Logic, and Logic here holding his own right now. Gets caught in that neutral light. Gonna stay up here, maybe setting up for a hammer.
Nice side sig. But QS not gonna get taken down just yet. In the red though, Logic could be looking for a stomp signature, but he's got to be careful. If he dies, this is his last stock. It's gonna leave his teammate Cal in the 1v2 with his Val, and Val with that low force. Very difficult to get those big bursts and get back into it.
Logic
side sig connects, side sig connects.
Oh,
both blue team members down. It's all left to Cal, 1 stock.
Oh man, and this is, I mean, when you're down three stocks, that's a tough place to be. And the red team is doing a nice job of trying to just space out Cal, but Cal catches that side stick for the KO onto Slug, looking to go follow it up on QS right now. Cal coming in, charging out that, and get punished, and the team kill from Slug right there. Very unfortunate, and this all of a sudden has become a much closer match. 1-to-1 stocks here. Even though the red team up a stock, you could turn around here. Cal places the cards right. He's got that gauntlet play as well. You know, on the edge here is where gauntlets really shine. And right now we are seeing Cal try and get in here, but he gets caught in between the red team. Lots of damage immediately right there. The dare comes out, connects with Slug. You're on the edge. Cal will not get caught, but will get caught by the ground pound from QS, and that's going to be game 1.
Very clean play from the red team. We saw some life in the blue team as they were starting to get back into it. Logic playing like a last stock warrior, but unfortunately the last stock is not when you want to start turning on. He's going to be coming in with this roll in now, and it's going to make it more difficult for him to get onto that last stock, for it to be in that critical mass. He is going to have a little bit less survivability as he's going into that movement speed stance, but I do like the switch, as it's going to be about the survivability. He wants to be able to help out his teammate, stick around, and get into that 2v1 on his side rather than leaving his teammate in the 2v1.
3, 2,
and that speed will allow him a little bit more maneuverability to get around there. We're going to see blue team kind of even out weapons from the start here. Going to see Logic trying to get in here with that lance, but QS doing a nice job with the spear, with a spacing punch to the side light. Throwing out a lot of nairs here to just kind of keep them away. And so much pace already.
Logic was able to pick up a downlight off of Cal's side air. I'm not sure if that was intentional, but it was a nice addition of damage on the blue team. But we are seeing Slug and QS right side putting so much pressure on Logic. Logic can't touch. Can Cal capitalize and at least even it up? No, wasn't able to chase. Still an opportunity on the right side against Slug, but Slug with a big recovery sends Cal away.
Cal coming in onto QS at the moment here, but catches a side sig onto Logic. Unfortunately, team damage not so good right now. The neutral light does come out though onto QS. We are seeing Cal go for that neutral light again in the opposite direction. QS here looking for the KO. Cal catches the recovery, charges this side sig. He's gonna get caught in that ground pound from Slug. Slug goes for that nair. Nair is not gonna connect. Cal opting for the sword here. Gonna see if maybe he can connect with that side sig. Beautiful dodge from Slug right there. Slug gonna immediately turn that around, try and get some more offensive out here onto Logic, turning it around again onto Cal. There's the dare onto Cal. Cal surviving, coming onto this edge, goes for that side sig and gets punished right there.
And we are seeing Logic and Cal are on the back foot. Logic has been doing a decent job on his second stock, not taking too much damage, as Slug starting to recognize that Logic is again the one in the back, and QS just immediately dodges over, picks up a neutral light on the Logic's back, but Logic is going to respond with a recovery. We'll start to even up the stocks. Downlight side air. Slug still not down. Logic not going to go off stage, instead wants the 2v1 against QS. Nice pickup of damage. Didn't have time for the black hole, but they are going to take down Slug.
Neutral sig right there. Everyone's down to 2 stocks here. Logic though quite damaged, but if Logic can survive and is doing a lot of damage here with that roll and that extra defense, you can really last. That Sair out from QS does not KO Logic. Logic though does recover, and QS gets a nice read there with that recovery, unarmed recovery for the KO onto Logic. Logic down to the same slot. Meanwhile, Cal will catch Slug's recovery there with that side sig. We are seeing Logic hang back here, just catch side light and side airs again and again onto the red team.
Cal's just fishing for these side zigs, sees that both red team members are in that kill percent, but they're also very close to the edge and not getting anywhere near that blast zone. Cal up on the top, Logic on the right side, trying to be careful with his stock. He is going to pick up a big down sig, but Slug responds with a recovery and keeps his team in the lead. Sidelight recovery is not going to be a kill. Logic on the left side, but QS is keeping presence and pressure on Logic's back, so he can't commit to an offstage side air on the Slug. The down sig will do it.
Well done. We are seeing a 1 stock all around, much closer game at this point than our first game in the set, and it could really go either way at this moment. Logic gonna nicely avoid that sig out from Slug and try and catch some heavy damage there, but gets caught in and allows his teammate to be kind of caught in between the red team. QS catches that Sair, catches that Nair, looking to keep the blue team out on the left edge here. Blue team coming back together, recouping, and there's the neutral down sig rather from Slug for just a little bit more damage onto Cal here.
QS fishing for that neutral sig. Both blue team members in that kill percent. But if they can take down QS, the squishier of the two, they might have an opportunity to go for the 2v1. One black hole will put them back into it, but they have to be careful. Any hit, any signature onto either blue team member will be the answer solution.
The weapon throws. Oh man, the side
Fishing for the side stick.
There's the recovery for the KO onto Logic. Now we see Cal again in this 2v1 here. 1v2 rather, and Cal riding this edge, playing it safe, coming in, catches those gauntlets, goes for the side stick. Will get punished by that side stick. That is KO. Slug and QS will take the second game in the set.
Very clean play from the two red team members, QS and Slug, showing why they got second place in the Stream Meet 2v2, showing why they're the big names coming up, taking down Logic and Cal. Logic and Cal, former famous EU players. I mean, they were big boys in their own right, going all the way back to BCX, but I guess not as big as QS and Slug. Coming up next, I do see Addy, Mystic, and Cake waiting for Logic to hop out. Still wants to rep that rank 1 Ember, but we are going to be seeing Goosey and M for Mini, I believe, is going to be his teammate, as that's what it was in the streaming tournament. So I'm going to just assume that's what it is again. M for Mini, hot off his most recent win in the 1v1s, will be trying to get his will be trying to get a win in 2v2s, but he'll be going up against the Reason Boys, Cake and Addy.
Here we go. M for Mini coming out, our EU #1 from yesterday against Addy Mystic, who was what? I'm gonna pull up the bracket from yesterday. Addy Mystic made it to the losers quarterfinals and lost against O'Brien. Gonna be interesting. Cake. Did we see Cake yesterday? In the 1v1?
I don't believe so, but Cake, I can give you a brief rundown. Generally, he plays not the Ember, oh my gosh. He plays the Queen Nai, similar weapons, they both got guitars, but he does play the Queen Nai, and a lot of his playstyle is centered around being in the middle of the map and following up off of Addy Mystic. But instead, he's gonna go with the new meta. It's the Olgrim, and if we go to the new meta, we're gonna see some Terroses later on in this, but might be a response to M for Mini's Olgrim. We are seeing M for Mini hopping in with the Olgrim himself, and this is something that I think I was kind of surprised we didn't see a little bit more of it. You know, post tournament, I talked to a couple players and they're like, man, Olgrim, like, oh my gosh, M for Mini, his Olgrim, his axe, and I was like, well, just do the same thing, play Olgrim. That's it. That's the answer. If it works, you do it back at him. If you can't beat him, join him. But we are seeing Cake swapping around on the characters. He hovered on the Olgrim, he hovered on the Azoth, and then he backed out. So might be still thinking about what he's going to be.
Thinking about what he's going to pick. I gotta say, I would love to see I'd love to see a Azoth pick. You don't see Azoth a lot at these higher levels of play, and it's the spooky skeleton is a lot of fun here. But looking like we're gonna have that Bodvar and Algrim choice, almost a double Bodvar, because they both look like Vikings, honestly.
they're armored up for sure.
They're armored up. But we do have that Bryn Val pick from Cake and Addy Mystic. Extra defense on the Bryn at the expense of that force, and the extra that force stance out from Addy Mystic. I'm not seeing any stances though for the blue team. We'll see how this goes.
Nope,
Bodvar and Algrim.
Oh, yeah. Grumpy Temple. Is it gonna be okay? Okay.
No.
You never see Grumpy Temple. Like if you're gonna see Grumpy Temple, it's the EU. It's the EU scene will actually like pretend that Grumpy Temple's a map. NA that map is first ban every single time. But we are gonna be going on to Twilight. It's gonna be Addy and Cake of Reason Gaming going up against M for Mini and Goosey, aka Team Moosey. And M for Mini not able to pick up his character's weapons. There is the lance in hand, but he's building damage on the Goosey.
Really nice use of those nairs from M for Mini, just spacing out Cake, but on the right side, both players out on the edge. And for Mini catches a connect on Goosey. Goosey does get caught by that side air from Cake. Will survive, will last, uses movement really well to get there, gets caught in that dare. Out from Cake, will not recover. That is the first KO onto Goosey. Out from Cake there. And for Mini now on the edge, goes to that side light, goes to the recovery. The recovery does hit Cake back. Cake will be able to recover to the wedge on that right side there. And Cake coming in here, laying it out with that axe, although Goosey catches that dare, following up with that recovery. Cake here, regrouping with his teammate. Not gonna catch that side sig punish.
For Mini, center stage, swinging right, takes Addy off the stage, immediately turns to Cake, takes his teammate a little bit far. Cake just with these neutralites, center stage so safe, the recovery is not going to be the kill just yet. Down sig connects, side sig connects, but the side's the one that kills, and the side air from Goosey will take down Addy, giving them the lead, but Goosey's got to be careful. He's already getting close to the red on his second stock. If he gets taken down, that leaves For Mini in the 2v1. He can win a 1v1, but I don't know about a 2v1 right now.
Oh boy. I gotta say, it's pretty close. It's pretty close right now. And For Mini playing this edge, catches that edge. Cake does catch the KO onto Goosey. Not looking good for the blue team, although, you know, at this point it's only one stock. That's a trivial difference in a 2v2 where you have a whole 6 stocks to work with. Cake here, I mean, Cake and For Mini, these axe play coming up from both of them. For Mini chasing, although Cake getting a really nice string right off onto Goosey, I believe it was.
Goosey's getting swung around a little bit, not able to find the dead spaces in all of the axes that are on the field. And For Mini, though, with a big pickup on the recovery. Goosey's got to be careful. Addy's chasing right side. Addy charging up this side. Sig picks up For Mini on the back end, and For Mini is forced to disengage to the island. Meanwhile, Goosey's getting juggled by Cake on the right.
Nice evasion of the blue team from that side sig. From Cake's side sig there. Cake will catch that downlight into that nair. Tries following up with the recovery. Goosey able to avoid it. Oh, we're seeing For Mini sidelight downlight on basically every other player in the game right there.
Oh, Goosey!
And Goosey will survive. And For Mini on the edge.
Oh no, he can't touch! For Mini going under! He went for the recovery to save his teammate, but Addy capitalizing, drops his spear down, and For Mini, the sacrifice was for naught as he goes down. It's all left for For Mini in the 2v1. He can go for the stock off of Addy, but he'll just put Addy onto his final stock. Cake's still looking pretty fresh on his final stock.
And For Mini, maybe we're going to see some of those fantastic plays. There's a nice little side stick connecting for them that we saw yesterday, though, getting caught in that dare. Addy on the edge catches that nair, fishing for the ground pound, and For Mini runs out of jumps, and that's going to be KO for our first game. Addy, Mestic, and Cake.
For reason.
We'll go ahead and take game 1.
For Mini, 552 damage. Goosey getting 296 damage off, but part of that was he was just caught in so much hit stun, some of it from his own teammate as For Mini with those big axe swings. We saw him hit Goosey with like a side light down light at one point. He was getting neutralized, and a lot of times For Mini was getting it on both an opponent and his teammate, but Goosey being a stock behind couldn't really afford those trades. We're going to be going into game 2. And hopefully For Mini and Goosey, they can clean up their team damage a little bit, maybe position a little bit further away so they're not going to get caught, and give Goosey some room to play his own game as the stages get banned out.
Yeah. Looks like probably going to be, I would guess, Thunder Guard. Just because why not? No, Mammoth. Should have gone for the safe pick, but the Wu Shang pick out from Addy. I love it. I'm really interested to see just how this is going to play out in our play style. Totally different character.
3, 2, 1,
and let's get into it. The game start. Looks like the red team opting to try and get both weapons, but it's going to be an even split between the two. For Mini here catching that lance first, and looking to just kind of stick. I think Goosey, we're seeing Goosey and For Mini kind of stick together here at the moment. For Mini catching a nice sidelight right there. Although a lot of damage out on Goosey already. Goosey gets knocked out to the right side. Goosey going to recover here. Got to watch out. Nicely avoids that dare coming out from Cake with that axe. And Goosey's going to go ahead and pick up that sword. And just nicely avoid that down stick out from Addy Mestic. Addy Mestic catches the recovery though onto Goosey. Goosey falls down here. Keep your eyes, folks. Oh man, Goosey's position. Goosey's facing so good right now. Not getting caught by anything. And I think we just saw Cake actually knock Goosey out of that sidelight or neutral light from Addy.
Alright, seeing everybody get close to that kill spot. Goosey with a deep ground pound. Cake picks up the down air. Goosey is going to take a nair on his way out, just trying to help his teammate. And for Mini going low, but Goosey is already respawning. Recovery does hit Addy. Not going to be a kill just yet. Neutral
so
Sig.
high on all players. Sig does not KO. Cake will use that weapon throw to secure his recovery back here. And the fishing on the right side so deep down. Addy Mestic nicely avoiding that axe throw out. Gonna recover. And for Mini here coming out to the left side. Will survive. Look at the damage on him right now. It's basically black. It's so high. You could breathe on this dude and he would get knocked out. And his spacing is so good. He's going neck and neck against Cake on the edge there. Catches that on recovery, but will be caught by that side stick from Addy Mestic, who immediately follows it up with a recovery. Onto Cake. Which is
Side air will take down Addy, even up the stocks. Goosey is in the orange, just a little bit behind, but he's surviving much longer. Great follow-up from M for Mini off of that side air on from Goosey. And that'll give them a little bit more room, a little bit closer to even.
coming out. And for Mini and Addy Mestic going neck and neck. The recovery comes out for Cake onto Goosey. Goosey's gonna survive, though not quite high enough damage. Catches the side six, side light on a bunch of people. Ground pound comes out. Goosey will lose that weapon, but will survive, but then gets knocked, I think, of a dare. And Goosey misses it by like 2 pixels. Just not enough verticality, and his jumps left. Oh, it's such a, that's super tough. That's super, super tough. And for Mini, though, on the edge, Cake coming down with a dare. Ground pound coming out, and for Mini,
Cake. Down air from M for Mini will even up the stocks. Addy, though, swinging on M for Mini. M for Mini says, all right, if you're gonna swing on my teammate, I'm gonna neutralize you, bro. We're gonna just hit both of them and try to take down Addy's stock first. Left side, M for Mini, big down air again. Oh, the interrupt from Goosey helps Cake out as Cake gets knocked out of the neutral light from M for Mini.
oh man, Goosey so high on the damage. Nicely avoiding right here, though. The recovery will connect on Goosey. Goosey will lose his hammer, but will survive through that recovery. Cake goes for another recovery. Goosey nicely using his movement there to avoid getting caught there. Oh, Cake comes in with a Sair. And for Mini will have enough jumps to come back, but gets caught by the weapon throw.
Oh, side air. Oh, he was so close. If he had charged that recovery for a half a second longer, he would have gotten the touch. But the pressure from Addy Mestic, too much. And the neutral light from Addy Mestic, too much. Black hole on the Mini neutral light. Down air. Addy Mestic, the change up after his follow-ups.
Much damage right there. Oh my God, that's... And for Mini, playing the edge.
Running out of jumps. Got back up.
Gets caught in that neutral light there. Falls to the dare. What a beautiful little team play right there. Beautiful transition on that damage. The weapon throws down.
Mini! Mini!
Mini!
Down air.
There comes out.
Running out. That's going to be it. That down air, keeping him from touching. M for Mini goes down. He's going to go down to the lower bracket. Not out yet. But fantastic follow-ups from Addy, Mestic, and Cake. The switch-ups, Cake was just doing the neutral lights, but Addy, he went with a neutral light, he had a neutral air, he had a down air, changing up those follow-ups, making it harder for Mini to DI out. Well played from the Reason Boys is going to give them game 2, and bringing up the graphic, you're seeing why they are the circuit rank number 2 in EU with a total of 440 points.
I mean, that was a phenomenal play. Just the teamwork from them completely, and especially at the end there, where it was just the two of them against M for Mini. I mean, that black hole, like you said, was incredible, and it wasn't just it just wasn't a black hole where it was two swords neutralizing back and forth. It was a variety of nairs and dares and just all sorts of stuff to keep it going for a long time. I mean, the damage they put out was phenomenal. And then immediately following that up with a neutral light knocking M for Mini out to the left side, where Cake was ready with his axe to just catch that dare and knock him down and set them up for that waterfall of just damage, keeping him down for the win, for the victory there. Was phenomenal.
And we are going right into the winners finals, as it is going to be QS and Slug, who we saw at the beginning of this, going up against Cake and Addy Mestic. Cake and Addy Mestic, they're playing lights out. These follow-ups are insane, and it seems like they have some character pick decisions in mind, as they start off with this Val Bryn, and then we saw Addy swap over to the Wu Shang for game 2. Might see something similar on the other side. Slug on this Diana with that was his character pick in game 1 and 2 of his set, and QS on this Hattori with this defense stat.
see what we're gonna see. I'm excited to see more of Addy Mestic and Cake and see what, you know, how their play style varies or doesn't vary against QS and Slug. I mean, it's, yeah. I mean, this is the winners finals, correct?
Yeah, this is the winners finals, so we are going to be just going right into a best of 5 for this EU tournament. It's going to be QS and Slug going up against Cake and Addy Mestic in game 1, best of 5 winners finals.
QS coming in. That sidelight gets knocked onto the edge here. Addy and QS here just hanging out. The sword battle here. Pretty even, pretty straightforward.
We are seeing 1v1s for the most part as Cake and Addy get shoved together. Slug was likely trying to get the down air onto both, but he's just going to pick up a recovery onto Cake. Top of the right side. Addy Mestic on the left trying to put pressure onto QS. Knows that QS is the one who's more damaged, closer to death, but Addy was not able to capitalize. Slug with the follow-ups, the movement from Slug, getting him into position to help out his teammate.
Neutral state coming out from Addy Mestic, not going to connect. QS here recovering out to the right side, following through with the spear. His hitbox is below that grab cancel side stick from Cake. Very close game right now. With the exception of Cake's down stock, but you know, one stock in a 2v2, like we said before, it doesn't really, you know, it's not the end of the world. Picks up the recovery onto Addy Mestic there. Cake catches that side like QS here on the right. Slug gonna recover. We're gonna see maybe a whole team kill right there on the blue team. Nicely
Addy Mestic still on his first stock in the red, but Cake is reasonably damaged. There is an opportunity for the blue team to start focusing down Cake and go for the 2v1 against Addy Mestic, but we're seeing Slug with the unarmed play, shoving Addy away, left side QS, keeping this pressure on Cake, but at the turn, the target swap straight into Addy with the neutral light. Gonna target swap to his teammate, but that's fine as the damage has been done. Cake getting close to death, close to his last stock. Right side, Addy still holding on, but he is deep in the red.
Ooh, the Nair does not pick up the recovery right there. Although the recovery from QS will pick up that KO onto Addy Mestic, following immediately a KO onto Cake right there. Slug and QS here in a fairly comfortable position. I would say side stick comes out, does connect. There's the neutral downlight into the side air, out from Cake onto Slug. Goes for the dare. Slug avoids the dare, picks up the recovery, drops it just a little bit at the end there. QS throws out that neutral stick, spaces out the opponents there, gives a little bit of breathing room to his teammate there. The dare coming out for Cake, followed by that Sair, keeping QS out here on the right side. Although Cake turns around immediately. Was that a neutral stick right there?
Cake tried to follow up off of his teammate. Doesn't matter as Addy gets a kill on the left. Cake on the right gets the side air, and that will give them back the stock lead. Cake's got to be careful. He needs to survive. One of the critical things that the Reason Boys are doing is they're following up off each other, and if Cake goes down, no one will be able to follow up off of Addy.
Oh, man. There's the ground pound coming out from Addy. Catches that neutral light, keeping the pressure on Slug. Meanwhile, QS over here really laying it out with a spear onto Cake. Lots of those nairs, spear against spear. It's so much fun to see because it's just it's like a chess match in real fast time with that spacing. And QS keeping the pressure. Oh, and the down stick from Slug for the KO onto Addy. Looking at one stocks all around.
Right side, we're seeing Slug connect with the down air. Cake gets caught by the ground pound. It's all left to Addy, but there's a possibility here. He needs to take down Slug. QS, great positioning, and the black hole's coming out. What do they have? Oh, they drop it.
Gets out.
Addy gets out with the dodging. Slug is going to be close to kill percent. Addy wants the focus. You're seeing him go for the chase. Oh, some damage on the QS. Addy, great follow-up.
Addy catching in that dare. I mean, the damage is so high. Addy has that damage lead here. Literally catches the side light, goes for the dare. Slug able to avoid it. QS doing that sig.
Woo! So close.
Jumping. And the positioning out from the blue team knows they got to be careful, doing a really nice job of using the range on those guns. Slug, especially here, just getting in there. QS catches that neutral sig.
Side sig. Dodging from the blue team is impeccable. They need it, but the recovery comes out. It's all left to a 1v1, and Addy Mestic, he's had so much experience in the 1v1, but he's got so much damage on top of him. QS, the neutral light. The Sigs
catches the side light.
Makes up. Side sig doesn't connect. QS able to dodge under.
Addy catches the neutral light. Goes out the side light.
Side sig.
Side sig. Addy will not get KO'd there. Will be able to recover.
Side sig connects.
The side sig connects. The side sig. Oh. That was an intense game.
That was close. There was a real possibility for Addy to get that stock. He had them both in the red, but just great positioning from the blue team. Great movement from them to avoid Addy. Addy was fishing for those gauntlet side tags, and the blue team was aware of it. They know that that is what Val likes to do for kills. Able to get above them, get below them, and get the punishes that led to the kill. And blue team is going to take game 1, but it is a best of 5. Plenty of time for the Reason boys to react and adjust.
Oh man, I came down to a 1v1 and the damage was so high on both players. We're on shipwreck here.
3, 2,
you know, you got a lot of that aerial space around, but those platforms, the sides on the side of this platform, not so tall. QS gonna go ahead and catch that first spear. Cake getting in there, giving little space for his teammate. Coming in, pushing out onto Slug, trying to keep Slug on the edge of Slug, saying having none of it, catching a lot of, using that bow's range to catch a lot of connects.
Ooh, we are seeing QS follow up off of Addy's side air with his own neutral sig onto Slug. Oh, left side, takes off stage,
Cake.
Down air. Cake doesn't have jumps. Cake goes down. Addy trying to find a response stock with that recovery, but Slug not quite damaged enough. Oh, the turnaround. Slug went for the ground pound into the recovery. Nice turnaround from Cake to get that side air. Both Goosey members off stage, and Slug goes down.
Addy coming in here with that recovery, trying to get QS. QS will use that dodge to deny all of that momentum and survive that clash. Oh, that Stair coming out. QS again going to survive that. Should have that. Does have that dodge to recover here.
Oh, Cake! That doesn't hit grounded anymore. And instead, Cake went for the downlight. And QS was able to, or actually Slug was able to get out. QS still holding on to his first stock in the red.
That was an incredible dodge off of that side sig from QS. Although that neutral light might do it. No, QS here unkillable. Nicely avoids that ground pound. Although Cake right there with the recovery for the KO.
Slug going through the neutral light of Cake. Slug in the red. So much damage has been put onto Slug with these neutral lights from the red team. Again, Cake picks up the neutral light. Addy going to turn around, target swap off of QS to go for that ground pound on the Slug. Again, turn around. Slug's getting knocked left and right, but the red team are not able to pick it up. The sideline stop in the force.
Oh boy. Oh, and the punish from QS onto Addy for throwing out that neutral stick. Cake catches the dare right there on the Slug for the KO. The red team has a moment here, gonna put the pressure onto QS, trying to catch this KO. QS using that there so well to just outspace Cake right there. And there's the recovery coming out. QS in the air, gonna narrowly avoid the recovery from Addy. QS picking up that sword, and the side sig
out. His teammate gets sent flying farther, but the turnaround from Cake. Side air is on his way back. Will take down QS, keeping that stock advantage. Slug is in trouble. Cake with his chase immediately swaps over to QS. If Slug plays too safely, they're gonna go for the 2v1, and you're seeing it now. And Slug can't do anything about it.
Oh. So much damage out onto the blue team right now. Cake and Addy Mestic both up a whole stock. The dare comes out for ground pound, although the
ground pound off the weapon throw.
Oh, the transition to ground pound, so beautiful right there. And there's a Sair for the KO on the Slug. Addy Mestic and Cake will take game 2.
And you saw Addy, rather than think about going back to the stage immediately, he goes for a side air just in case it didn't kill. That is the reason, boys, when they're going for the recovery, we're going to see Slug and QS forced to swap over. QS going to be on this strength stance bowed bar. QS or Slug actually on the Cassidy. Interesting pick, but we are seeing Hammer start to come into the meta in 2v2s in EU. So maybe Slug's got something going on with this Cassidy. We're gonna be going into Mammoth for game 3 of this best of 5 between Reasons, Addy and Cake, and QS and Slug.
It's been so close both times. It really feels like Addy Mestic and Cake made a nice adapted really well. But we'll see, you know, this new pick out, this Cassidy out here. Got that gun, got the hammer, like we were saying. Super interesting to what happens. Addy Mestic, though, catching Slug out on the right side, catching that in there, catching that recovery, and keeping the pressure out on Slug, keeping Slug away from Cake, keeping QS away from himself there. Slug, though, turning around, getting back on the platform, regrouping with QS just a little bit here.
Oh! QS with this chase, those signatures onto Addy. They're catching him left and right, but Slug with those big down sig center stage covers so much space, and maybe that's why he wants this Cassidy, is just the space control on these signatures. Going to swap, nope, sticking with the gun. Center stage sends Cake to the left, but Addy punishes with a side light recovery.
First stock across the board, so close. The side stick does connect onto Cake from Addy, which
Nice
is a little
recovery.
bit too damage. The recovery, though, Cake will survive, does catch the dare, and will go ahead and
Oh,
to the right side.
the
Addy comes
turnaround.
in with a ground pound and follows up with an unarmed recovery to keep Cake survived, but Cake will get knocked out by the Nair, out from Slug. Very,
Just
very
outside
close
the side.
game.
Addy gets caught in the down air from QS too much, but Cake with his pressure chasing underneath QS gets a downlight side air, but he's turning onto QS, doesn't even worry about Slug. There's the ground pound. Slug gets taken down. Stocks have been evened up. QS got to be careful. Oh, Cake's up top, can't get that downlight.
Cake keeping QS off onto that right side of the platform.
Oh, the-
QS able to survive here.
The dare
Oh,
from
man.
QS into Slug's dare. I don't know how intentional that was, but that was clean from the blue team.
Beautiful plays all around. And ooh, QS gets knocked on the right. Cake fishes, goes for that dare, catches that recovery. QS will live across the entire map, give you a lot of room to use your momentum to survive. But there's the KO onto QS. Cake and Addy really putting the pressure here, using that temporary reprieve of the 2v2 into 2v1 to put the pressure on the Slug. QS though catching that Nair onto Cake, catches the sword, catches the dare. Meanwhile, Addy Mestic does catch what I think was a neutral stake over onto Slug. And Cake able to follow that up with a Sarah, keeping Slug away. And there's a little black hole right there, putting a lot of pressure out on QS. QL will survive though, will catch that Sarah, keeping Addy out. The stomp, Addy goes for that side stick out to the left, although Addy catches the downlight into side air combo, getting the KO onto Slug. And so much pressure, Addy saves Cake from underneath the platform right there. Oh my goodness.
QS is so damaged, but a nice side stick from Slug. A down stick from Slug gives them the double. QS has to hold on. Slug has to be the point man for this, and if QS just follows up, that'll be all the blue team needs to get back into this. Neutralites. QS playing aggressive, looking for a gimp, but
there's the
Addy,
ground
the
pound.
turnaround ground pound, it's all up to Slug, and we've seen the Reason boys with their follow-ups so clean. This is a dangerous spot for Slug to be in.
The ground pounds. The ground pounds coming out, keeping them away. Slug here without the weapon, and Cake and Addy not saying you can't have it. The Sig's coming out. I mean, here's the setup. There's a neutral light into the Nair.
Oh, Slug with a low gravity cancel downlight. Had it connected, would have gone for the ground pound, but instead disengaged. Gets back up safely, but immediately neutral lighted from Addy Mestic. So much coverage from the Reason team. The sword!
Oh,
Addy with these lobbed throws. Slug can't track it as Cake is up in his face.
That's wall slip.
Exclamation points! He's gonna get up safely, just in time. Soft platform, giving him a breath, but the weapon toss, and that's gonna be game 2. Going to Reason, and I gotta point out those weapon tosses from Addy. Just like those are some clean, nice lobbed throws onto Slug. Game 2, but we are going to game that was game 3.
The
Point 2.
double Hattori from Slug and QS right now. Both with that attack, with that defense stance. This is a shift.
Okay. This is interesting. Generally, when someone picks Hattori, there's two mentalities. You're playing with Starlight, and you're going for black holes, and you're on the NA, or you're wanting to chase and follow up off your teammate. Like, those are like the only two times you ever see Hattori. Likely not going to be as black hole centric. EU doesn't really go for it, even though we're seeing Cake and Addy go for their own variants of black holes. We'll likely be seeing the blue team, QS and Slug, go for more of a follow-up play style where one of them gets a hit and the other one tries to get in position with that high movement speed character.
We've already seen the blue team here go ahead and get those first 2 weapons and already put the pressure onto the red team. They're playing nice, although, you know, the red team, Addy Mestic and Cake, have been able to turn it around and get QS here into the red. First box fairly close here. I love the double spear from the blue team, though. Gives so much just hitbox space out there. It's really something you gotta worry about. The neutralize coming out from Cake. Meanwhile, Addy catches the KO onto QS out on the right side there. Slug surviving here on the right side against both of the red team, allowing QS to get that weapon and come in and give him a little bit of space to breathe. Addy comes in, looking for the KO onto Slug. Slug catches the neutralite into the recovery, keeping Addy away. The side stick does not connect. Now, actually, the ground pound comes out. And his follow-up.
Both red teams getting knocked left and right, but with their slightly higher defense, surviving a little longer. Slug, nice turnaround side air, nice ground pound. Will give them the double, give them the stock advantage.
pretty close. We're looking at Addy catches that nair onto Slug, although QS again keeping Addy away, throwing out those neutral lights, but Addy not going to have any of it here. Addy looking for some kind of KO, catches the nair. Meanwhile, the dare comes out from QS, having some strange interaction right there, but keeping both players alive at the moment. Slug's damage is so high that neutral stick not going to come out in time for Addy Max. The side stick from Cake will catch the KO on to QS. QS down to his final stock. Slug just gets knocked out for the first time right there. That's nearly 2 minutes into this match. In a 2v2, that's an insane amount of time to survive on your first stock and dish out so much damage. Addy Mestic and Cake, though, putting the pressure down onto QS. Addy turning around, turning it back to Slug. And Cake here coming back to Addy to give a little bit of support there.
The team damage from the blue team, they can't afford it as they're a stock behind and they are on the squishier side, so they'll take just a fraction more damage per trade. We are seeing center stage, they're controlling that middle, shoving Addy off, but the second QS goes off stage, Addy goes for that big gimp, that nair into the weapon toss, but QS able to disengage. Left side, Cake sending Slug high, can he finish it off? Down stick connects onto both! Takes down Slug, QS is in trouble.
QS here, and keep in mind that if Addy and Cake take this, then they will, that's the will take the set. There's the dare coming out from Cake onto QS. QS is out. This is now a 2v1, and Slug is down 2 stocks here. Slug using the edge to the best of his ability here, keeps Cake and Addy together. And we keep them together, clustered like that. A side sig, any kind of sig can catch them both and get that double KO here. Although the damage coming out, the team damage though from Cake, they can afford it with where they are. The down sig comes out for the KO, and Addy though, nicely done. And Slug catches the recovery.
Oh, he didn't get the
last
force.
hit doesn't hit. I think the last hit drop, and that's why the force didn't come out. But the nair comes out, and Cake surviving here.
Slug so damaged. Cake and Addy playing with their food a little bit as they're trying to get some big string. The ground pound coming out from Cake. Down air not gonna connect. Slug sticking around, and Cake's gonna just shove him back up. Slug says, I don't want to be back up. I'm down here. Gravity cancel, down sig underneath, but he's gonna start wall slip soon. I don't think he's touched ground in a while. Addy went for the gravity cancel downlight into ground pound, or just ground pounds himself. Slug on the right side in the red in a 1v1, but he's so damaged. He's so damaged. Side sig.
There it is. Side sig for the KO on to Slug. Look at the damage done on the red team. Oh my goodness.
Well played from the red team to close it out very cleanly, 3-1. Here's a graphic for Slug and QS. They're still in it. They're in the lower bracket, but I got the graphic. So they are currently ranked number 5 in EU 2v2 after getting 2nd in the Streamy Legends series. Currently guaranteed top 2 placement, which will only benefit their circuit rank. So really well played from this newer team, Slug and QS.
So that was our winners finals right there. So we're gonna move on down to the lower top 8. I want to ask all of you guys on the audience, those of you who do know Brawlhalla, those of you who might be new here, take a look at the bracket, look at the players, let us know who you think is gonna be, you know, our top victory. Who do you project? You know, what's your fantasy play for this? You know,
they can't reveal. Oh, actually, no, they can reveal their fantasy as the fantasies have been locked. So they can. You can say your entire fantasy pool in the chat right now. You can, if you make it a copy pasta, I'll read it.
I didn't actually know that Smash GG allows you to do fantasy, which I think is the coolest thing. I was just thinking this morning. I was like, it should be fantasy for Brawlhalla.
Dude, there is. It's cool. Smash GG has it. You can put in your fantasy points. Last time TWK won, which I think is a little bit unfair that BMG would just, you know, award their own points to each other. I'm just kidding. I think he actually ended up giving it to like the 2nd place guy because obviously like he can't accept his own prize. Anyways, coming up, we've got TB and Malt going up against Ariel and Spirit Wolf. TB and Malt, 2 big names in the EU scene. If you've been watching Brawlhalla for a while, you are familiar with both of these guys, Multimum and TB. Tommy Boy, I think I even have their graphics here. They're huge. Multimum he's been consistently one of the best EU players for quite a while now. I think he got 2nd behind Stimpy in EU 1v1 in the Streamy tournament. He's been getting 1st place. He won the region. After he won the EU regional qualifier, he just blew up in the EU scene, and he's been bringing TB along and helping TB. TB's growing on his own. But they're going up against Spirit Wolf and Ariel, and these are two very Qatar-loving people, as you're seeing them on the Asuris.
All right, let's see what we got here. We are the double Asuri. That's so aggressive. I mean, Asuri's got a lot of those SIGs, right? That get in there that are kind of powerful on the edge. You know, the way they move, they're able to catch recoveries really well. Not to mention they're both quick legends. You know, that sword Qatar, both can really get in there, right, and really kind of break your defensive zone, so to speak.
Yeah.
We are just waiting on a moment here for TB to jump back in here. Had a little bit of a thing here. So, Duke, what's your what is your favorite Brawlhalla?
What's my favorite Brawlhalla? Probably the one on Steam. PS4 is not quite out yet. I'm just kidding. I'm just briefing you. Sorry, about my moment or like. I feel like I cut off your question.
It wasn't a very well-formed question, to be fair, but like moment, character, legend, player.
I mean, if we're going players, like I will ride or die for Daiku, even though like Daiku is playing awful, and I'll tell it to his face that he's not doing as well as I ever want him to do. But he's going way back. Like Daiku was my boy. When I first got into Brawlhalla, like Daiku was the guy to watch. He was like, I've just been a fanboy of him. It's one of those things where you grew up watching the Jets, and the Jets could be garbage, and you just don't care because you're just like, I've been a Jets fan since I was born, and it's just like the Jets manager could be spouting off all sorts of nonsense on Twitter, and you're like, I don't care. I grew up with the Jets. Like that's what's happening right now with me and Daiku. I hate him for not performing, but I love him because I'm just a fanboy.
That's a fantastic answer to that question. I gotta go ahead and say that I love watching him play. You know, even good, bad. I think he's a lot of fun to play. It's pretty chill dude. We are seeing from TB a Thatch pick though, the Christmas Thatch. When was the last time you saw Thatch in a competitive 2v2?
It's been, I mean, Thatch just, he's been out of the meta, but for some reason this weekend, EU's like, yo, we're on this Thatch stuff. TB in particular was running this Thatch. It's kind of an interesting pick. I actually like Thatch in 2v2s more so in 1v1s, because if you're going to be going for cannonballs, which is like the only reason why anyone plays Thatch is because they're like, hey, cannonballs are kind of funny to use. You can actually use it and have your teammate cover the inside of that curvature and give some protection. But we are seeing him on the sword, no potential for that Thatch cannonball. Instead, we're just going to be seeing swords on everyone, and we're going to see Spirit Wolf with the guitars and Malt with a spear, so not everyone.
Ariel does knock Malt out onto the side there, although Malt catches Ariel right back with the side stick of his own. Ariel will recover down to the right here. It's pretty close at this point. TB is the only one who's managed not to take any damage so far in this game. He does charge that stick, allowed to punish. Malt comes in with the recovery. Ariel will survive, picks up those guitars. Meanwhile, Spirit does catch that side stick, I believe, onto Malt for the KO.
There's the cannonballs coming out to cover, but not going to connect onto either blue team member. The recovery picks up both. Ariel not going to go down just yet. TB picks up the side stick. Blue team in the lead. TB with next to no damage, and he's the lowest defense character on the screen. This 3, maybe 4 defense Thatch is surviving everyone else.
Does deny that black hole that was being set out there from the blue team that gets caught in the side stick from Spirit. Although Spirit again, the 6 goes on neutral stick. Malt will survive. Meanwhile, on the right side, Ariel coming in. Oh my goodness! And there's Ariel with a knock on Malt. Malt will survive. TB coming in, giving a little space for TB to breathe, but TB will get knocked out to the right there, looking to recover. Does have not have a recovery
left. Didn't have a recovery. Couldn't get to the wall, and Multimum was not in position. There's too much coverage from the blue team to get past and try to help out his teammate. He is going to get back to the wall safely, and TB coming over trying to help out his boy as Multimum is deep in the red, and if he goes down, he's going to be in that one stock situation, which we've seen be very sticky for many people. Oh, black hole-ish thing as Multimum pokes TB in the back. Oh, he gets taken down. Left side. The ground pound. And TB gets taken down. Blue team is taking the lead, and they're going for this Nair black hole onto Multimum, but he falls out, able to dodge down outside of Ariel.
Malt goes for that Nair, but the grab cancel neutralite. We do see Spirit saved, although that side six does come out, connect onto Spirit. Spirit coming out to the right. TB slides with that down sig, but will survive as Spirit runs out to the right side, but will get ground pounded by Malt.
Nice side
down
sig!
To the right side, and there's the side sig for the KO onto Ariel. This is huge. We're down to final stocks here, and if it could go either way at this moment. The damage already building up on the blue team so high. Spirit here on the edge, taking it out with Maltimum. Turning instead, opting to go ahead up against TB here. Catch that sig onto TB. Although again, the black hole almost little black holes are almost being set up here. Baby black holes.
It's the infancy stages of these black holes. They need a little time to grow. You talk to your parents about the birds and the bees. Happy Mother's Day, everyone in NA. Right side, Multimum. Opportunity onto Spirit Wolf. Picks up that recovery. Left side, TB sent flying.
TB does get back.
Everybody is so close to death.
Oh, there's the Sair out onto Ariel. Ariel on the right side.
Ground pound.
Oh, Spirit does get ground pounder right there. 2v1. Woo! Beautiful dodge from Malt, avoiding that sig out from Ariel. Ariel here with those guitars will not get KO'd there. Avoids, moves back just in time. Really fighting like I'm fiercely right now. Vocabulary is very difficult, but the recovery does come out from Malt. Will survive. Being above Gauntlet's very scary. The downsig comes out. He catches the Sair for the KO onto Malt. We're looking at a 1v1 right now. So close. Thatch versus a Suri right here. TB versus Ariel could go either way. TB has the weapon. Ariel on the side. You got to watch out for those wall slips that are coming out right now.
TB backing away. Oh, but the second he goes for the weapon toss, Ariel able to punch him in the face, setting him off. TB dancing around. Now it's his opportunity to go into a wall slip, and Ariel capitalizes with the side air, recognizes the exclamation points are coming out. TB had to get back up onto the stage, and Ariel punishes accordingly. Look, wall slip, it works. That's what it's supposed to do.
That's awesome. Looks like we're seeing a triple Asuri here right now. Malt switching over with the extra force, but Thatch with that extra defense from TB sticking to his guns, so to speak. I love it. I'm so excited. It'd be interesting to see how this changes.
He's got some dirty guns, but we are seeing Multimum. He's swapping over to this Asuri like you're talking about. He's had some Qatar practice. He used to play Sentinel going way back. Not all the way back to when he was Nash, but he did play Sentinel for a while in competitive, and then he also had the Ragnar. So he's got plenty of practice on these Qatars, but it's not going to be the same kind of Qatar play. He doesn't have the similar signature kit that he did to Sentinel. He doesn't have that big hammer that he can just do those jump into the side sigs that he did with the Sentinel hammer. He can't do those long range snipes with the Qatar side signature that he did with Ragnar. So it is going to be interesting that he's swapping over to this Asuri, but it is going to be game 2. Last opportunity for this team of Multimum and TB. Otherwise, Ariel and Spirit Wolf are going to take him down and go on in this bracket.
Already we're seeing a lot of pressure out onto Multimum and TB. They are taking damage. Multimum here on that Asuri pick is our most damaged legend at the moment. And Malt, though, turning around with that sidelight into recovery. Just a string right there onto Spirit. Spirit gets caught in that Sair. We're looking at TB trying to follow it up, although Spirit uses that Nair very nicely to avoid TB's pressure there on the red side. TB comes back up, catches that downline to Sair combo, which is immediately turned right onto him by Ariel. Ariel here on the right side. Multimum coming in. You see a recovery here. Recovery does come out, but Ariel is a little low for that recovery to connect. The side stick does come out from Ariel onto TB, although TB survives side stick from Spirit.
Spirit Wolf sending both red team members off the stage, but Multimum gets past Ariel, gets back up, side sigs, baits out the down sig, and punishes with his own side sig. And left side, TB and Spirit Wolf are off stage. Spirit Wolf is disarmed. Can TB get the stock? Goes for the recovery, but the down air from Spirit Wolf sends him away.
TB catches that Sair on the right side here, looking to go ahead and get the KO. The dare comes out, will KO, killing the Dare. But Multimum will survive getting knocked up into the sky. TB around here looking to connect, but Spirit does connect with that side air. Multimum up in the sky. Red team both on the right side, both in the air. Spirit and Ariel set up. There's the sig for the KO. The double team right there onto the red team. Basically a match reset. Damage is so close at this moment. Multimum Captain coming in, putting the pressure onto Ariel, keeping Ariel away from TB. Catches that recovery. Ariel damage is rather high. Multimum looks for that KO there. Doesn't quite connect it. Ariel able to avoid it. Spirit comes in. Again, these guitars have been such a powerful tool for the blue team at the moment. Malt's weapon gets knocked out. He's on the edge. Ariel tries catching that Sair, but Ariel is moving through it and is catching every kind of denial there. Although the Sig there, huge for the KO onto Multimum. And the slide,
TB goes through.
catches the dare.
And the dare will kill
KO.
again for TB with these gun dares off stage. They've been killer onto the blue team, keeping the stocks even. But we're seeing so many down signatures coming out from all of these Asuras. Qatar down signature, Sword down signature, killing left and right. But it's going to be a down light and then a delayed side air from TB that sends Ariel off stage.
Ooh.
Turn around.
Really going out there, trying to be aggressive against Ariel, but Ariel having none of it and turns TB, forces TB to recover out to the right side. TB falling back, TB with Multimum clash right there, knocking Ariel up. They will catch the KO onto Ariel. The ground pound will immediately turn around for the KO onto TB. We're down to 1 stocks here. Multimum is the one to keep an eye on here. His damage is so high. If he can stay alive and avoid the blue team, as he's been doing such a nice job of so far, this game is very, very even.
Oh, but the down 6 sends him off. It's all left to TB in this 1v2. Not too much damage on the blue team. This is going to be difficult, and TB doesn't have his guns for that fast damage build. He's got to come back up and find the opportunity for the weapon pickup. Oh, he's stuck in the middle. A little bit of damage. No major combo opportunities with the guitars. The down air. TB is able to get out, but Spirit Wolf gets the left side.
And this is where that 4 defense thatch is such a dangerous position to be, right? Because every little piece of damage is so much to you. Although TB doing a really nice job of not getting caught in these attacks and surviving on this 4 defense. Although you got to watch out. He's on the edge here. You got to watch out. Oh, the Nair nearly connects. The Nair does connect. The Nair from Spirit does connect right there as well. Oh my god. The game is so tense. Every player is very close to kill percentage. It really could go either way at this moment.
TB's been shoving him left and right. You saw the wall slips start to come out, but TB keeping track of his jumps, making sure that he is already in position before the wall slip comes out, but immediately down light, side aired, weapon tosses, Spirit Wolf throws one, not gonna kill. Second one from Ariel, TB gets a touch.
He got the touch. Got the one touch alive. The clash right there. Oh my god, TB
running out of
playing
jumps.
such a careful game here so well.
Ooh.
He's got those guns. Gonna see a couple of dare KOs.
Oh, the recovery
there's a recovery coming out. So
there's one.
The blue team doing... Sorry.
Oh, he's disarmed himself. No, the blue team is doing very well for themselves. They're being very patient and careful, not overcommitting, not hitting each other too much. There's the neutral light TB sent flying. There is so much damage on everyone. Oh, neutral light, and that'll do it. Blue team takes down Multimum and TB. Spirit Wolf and Ariel are able to close it out. Just barely. So much damage on everyone in those final stocks.
Oh, man. What a close match that was at the end right there. That's phenomenal. I mean, that 2v1, no matter who you are, it's a tense place to be. And when your damage is in that deep red, you can really go either way, you know. You got to give props to the blue team right there, just not only for their patience, but for how they positioned themselves as well. I think that's something that, you know, if you go back and watch the VOD, you'll see they were everywhere and didn't give any rest to TB.
Really well played. Nice pressure from them. Coming up next, though, we've got M for Mini and Goosey going up against Ariel and Spirit Wolf. We just saw them manage to eke it out over Multimum and TB. Will they be able to keep this momentum going against the winner of the 1v1 Spring Championship for EU, M for Mini, and his teammate, Goosey?
You know, I wonder if we're going to see that Algrim from M for Mini again, or if M for Mini is going to choose to opt for something else. Already, we've seen Algrim and Thatch today, 2 legends who you don't see all that often, I think, and it's super exciting. It's, you know, I'm excited.
That is the emotion that comes out when it's exciting. Whoopsies.
Man. Oh yes. Folks, thanks for joining us today on our 2v2 Extravaganza Brawlhalla Spring Championship. We got so much more for you coming up for the rest of the day. This is just the EU portion. As we push through this EU portion, keep in mind that the excitement doesn't end with the continent. It comes to NA afterwards for more exciting Brawlhalla action. Which I don't know about you guys, but for me, like a whole day of Brawlhalla, of like top tier Brawlhalla play.
Oh yeah.
It's a good Sunday. It's a good Sunday.
Not a bad way to spend your day. Although I know some people are spending it with their familias, as it is Mother's Day in the North Americas. EU players, y'all don't have an excuse. Y'all should be playing in this. Just saying. But Spirit Wolf, needing a little bit of a break, has to recompose himself after that very intense set. So we are going to try to bring up this graphic for the bracket, if I can remember what it was called in my thing. Here it is. So here we are for the 2v2 EU. We see Logic and Cal got taken down by QS and Slug. Addy, Mystic, and Cake 2-0ing Goosey and M for a mini. And then in the winners finals, Addy, Mystic, and Cake were able to win it out 3-1 over Slug and QS and are currently waiting out in the grand finals. We just saw Ariel and Spirit Wolf barely pull it out over Malt and TB to get the win and continue on for this next match of Goosey and M4 Mini versus Ariel and Spirit Wolf, and we're seeing them get into it. No double Asuri this time. We're going to be seeing the Sentinel Asuri going up against Hattori and Olgrim from the red team.
And I think we are good to go. They're going to be starting their match here right away. We'll see what we're doing on the map banning. Safe to say no small grumpy temple. A safe bet would be Mammoth Fortress because it is kind of a, it's home, as I like to say. But let's see just what happens here. Taking a little bit of time to pick out who's gonna scratch first, but no Shipwreck, no Small Grumpy, no Great Hall, no Thunder Guard. The King's Pass is out. Could be on Twilight. A lot of thought going into this map pick because it does matter a great deal depending on your kit. No Blackguard, no Twilight. We're going to be on Mammoth.
And we are going to get right into it. The Olgrim, the notorious Olgrim from M for Mini with his teammate Goosey. Goosey might swap over to the Bodvar. I think we saw it earlier in the winners finals. If things go awry on the other side, there is potential for the double Asuri to come back. And we are getting right into it as we're seeing the red team get knocked around. M for Mini just now picking up his weapon. Goosey finally picking up his blue team with the control.
Sidestick does connect for Ariel out there onto M for Mini, and Ariel just being very, very accurate with this hammer. I have to say, Ariel catches that dare, coming in with that side light, trying to keep it to the stair. I mean, hammer, so much damage comes out, so much force when you catch those connects, especially those stairs. Goosey though on the edge here, fighting off with Spirit, and Spirit turning away, running away, and saying, I'm going to focus on it for Mini with my teammate Ariel over here. Ariel goes for his side sig, although Goosey gets in there with neutral light to punish that side sig. Spirit goes for the ground pound, M for Mini throws the lance, will get recovered upon by Spirit, allows M for Mini to come back here. Wasn't probably going to get the wall touch anyways. Does punish that down heavy that we saw from Spirit. Spirit gets knocked out to the right side by Goosey, although on the right side Ariel
gets that ground pound. Right side Ariel gets a ground, Goosey gets a ground pound, and we're seeing the stocks are even, but Goosey a little bit more damaged than Ariel in the middle with that. Sentinel picks up the down stick, takes down Goosey. Blue team takes the lead and trying to get the double team onto M4 Mini. That power play coming out.
Ariel just surviving, catching so many dares right in there in a row. Dare. Throws that side stick, will get caught in that neutral light from M for Mini. M for Mini goes for the side stick, will be punished by Spirit's recovery there. Spirit coming up with that nair into recovery. Goosey up on the top side. M for Mini trying to keep Spirit away from Ariel, trying to give Goosey some time to catch the KO onto Ariel, but Spirit right there catches the side stick, I believe, onto the Asuri, onto Goosey. Goosey down his final stock. Ariel still on his first stock right now. Ariel playing a phenomenal game. They all are, really. But to be nearly 2 minutes on your first stock is huge. Spirit, meanwhile, again on his second stock. Goosey with that axe, catches that Stair on the Spirit, knocks Spirit down to his final stock. Ariel not allowing himself to get connected. His movement is so good, but there's the neutral stick from Goosey for the KO off on the right side onto Ariel.
Lights. Still a real possibility here for the red team, despite the fact that Ariel is looking so healthy. If they can get the double team onto Spirit Wolf, that's going to be their win condition. Taking down Spirit Wolf, going to the 2v1 against Ariel, even if they're both on their final stocks, even if M for Mini gets taken down just now with that weapon throw. All they need to do is take down Spirit Wolf, and they'll get the 2v1, get that black hole opportunity.
Oh, man. Ariel catching a downlight into a dare right there. Just a little bit. Don't see much of that anymore, but always cool to see. There's the dare from Emperor Mini onto Spirit for the KO. Spirit completely out. This is a 2v1. Stocks are even. If Ariel can stay alive, catch a KO onto Goosey. Goosey's the one who was damaged, but he gets caught in that neutral sig. Nice dodge through that weapon throw. Will get the wall touch. Should have a dodge again back here.
Oh,
but gets
the
caught
coverage.
in the neutral sig again.
Emperor Mini covering the wall. Goosey covering the top side. Any sort of recovery option from Ariel had to get through one of those people, and that's why he got taken down. Very real possibility for the red team.
Right now, I mean, 2v1 playing so well, keeping keeping Ariel off to the side, using the extra hitboxes they have as a team away. Ariel does catch that dare. Goosey knows his damage is high, hanging back a little bit, using that spear range very effectively to keep Ariel spaced out. The weapon throw, although Ariel does catch that Sair, goes for the dare onto Goosey. Goosey moves above it, not getting caught in that hitbox. The Sair comes out from Goosey, does connect onto Ariel. Ariel to the side, nice dodge through that weapon throw with the Katars, catches the Sair. Will get the wall touch with that dare right there. So tense right now, folks.
He is moving left and right. Duck, dodge, dip, and diving, but Goosey gets the down sig. Emperor Mini with the chase goes high. Ariel shoving left and right. Emperor Mini still looking pretty healthy. Oh, the side sig so close. Ariel holding on just barely. Looking for the kill onto Goosey. The down air purely to shove Emperor Mini away, but Emperor Mini not going to go far as he comes back, gets the side air, and takes game 1 off of Ariel and Spirit Wolf.
Good game. Woo! That was such a, I mean, that was such a close game to go from that 2-stock Sentinel, that undamaged 2-stock Sentinel against the, you know, both players, both Spirit Wolf and Ariel, who only had, against Goosey and Emperor Mini, who both were on their final stock and both had high damage there. You really got to give props to Goosey and Emperor Mini for just playing patient and playing perfect. You know, they were where they needed to be. Their spacing was perfect to allow themselves to keep Ariel from any momentum, from catching any momentum. And it's that kind of play that allowed them to survive and not get hit that much in that 2v1 situation that we just had right there.
We are seeing Goosey and Emperor Mini. They said they won game 1, and I agree with what they said. They won game 1, and looks like they want to win even harder, as they're going to be swapping Goosey into a different character for more of a counter pick with this brand. She'll have axe, they'll have double axe, and she's still going to have that spear play that he was working with at Hattori. So he's going to have the double axe for that coverage against the Katars, and then he'll have the spear, which is just, it seems to be a weapon of choice, something that he's just comfortable with.
Yeah. Gotta say, that is, in my opinion, the coolest Bryn skin. If you guys play Bryn, you should have that skin. It's pretty cool.
It's no meta dev, Bryn, right?
It's no meta dev, but you know, meta dev's kind of exclusive.
Yeah,
this one?
That's why it's fancy. Nobody can have it but me and the people who buy it off of other people who sell it online. Anyways, game 2, Goosey and Emperor Mini, 1 game away from taking down Ariel and Spirit Wolf. Ariel and Spirit Wolf with these good tars. They're not going back to the double Asuri. Instead, it's going to be Sentinel Asuri is their team combo, and it's working out as they're smacking Emperor Mini and Goosey left and right. Slight damage lead, but Emperor Mini and Goosey just hit a little bit harder.
They're really using this kind of, how the soft platforms and the wedge, they kind of lock you into that platform down there. They've been really using it so well, the blue team here with those double Katars, to put the pressure out onto the red team. Although we did see Ariel switch to the hammer here and Emperor Mini catch the side air. Although we're looking at Ariel with the weapon throw onto Goosey. The ground pound comes out, does connect.
Little Goosey couldn't get back up. Emperor Mini wanted to get a response stock, tried to come over, pick up that down air, but couldn't quite get over the edge, and instead is just gonna walk away from it. Down sig from Goosey, gets his own response stock. Ariel in the red, side airs off. Emperor Mini, Goosey tried to cover with his down air, but Ariel was able to hit the recovery. He's still alive, left side. Right side though, Goosey putting pressure out.
Down sig with a KO. We are seeing kind of a turnaround here on this game at the moment. Goosey catching that sidelight, downlight combo onto Spirit. Emperor Mini right there to follow it up in the air with a little bit more damage. Spirit already nearly in the red there. Emperor Mini gets knocked out by that side sig. So well timed right there. And Goosey out here opting now to vie against Ariel. Ariel, who has the hammer and who is fairly fresh still on that second stock. And for Mini, though, doing a nice job here, not getting connected. Going to go hard for that weapon. It is a lance. Will throw out that side sig. Ariel jumping above it. And for Mini throws out the side air, though, and it does connect onto Ariel, giving a little bit of room for Ariel, for Mini and Goosey to focus on to Spirit, although Spirit here with his guitars. Getting there, catches a Sair right.
Oh, the neutral!
The grab catch neutral sig.
Spirit Wolf neutral Sig's teammate Ariel gets off, and Mini capitalizes off of that gravity cancel neutral signature from Spirit Wolf. Goosey says, hey, look, you know what? I can neutral sig my teammate too. Neutral sig's Mini, but it's not going to lead to a kill just yet. Spirit Wolf left side tries to get the gimp, but Mini able to get back up safely. Side sig connects, Spirit's gone. Call the Exorcist as Mini and Goosey taken down. Spirit Wolf sending him to his last stock. Ariel, he's got a hammer in hand. Mini and Goosey are both red.
There's a stomp, no fall from the stomp. Mini, 2 damage. Now the Sair comes out for the KO onto Goosey. Ariel coming around to the right side of the wedge.
Oh.
Meanwhile, Spirit comes up to the top side of the wedge, isolating Mini and catching the KO off onto the right side there. Spirit coming in, connecting with the recoveries with that sword, doing a lot of good damage here. Ariel with that hammer. Looking to space out. Although Mini here with that lance, what are we going to see? We do see that recovery space out, give a little bit of room. The side stick comes out, connects on both the red team. Both the red team here underneath this wedge. Both will be able to recover there. Side stick from Mini will connect. Down air coming out from Ariel. Ariel often throw that hammer for another hammer. It is hammer time. That's the only time I'll make that joke today. The Sair comes out from Goosey. And meanwhile, Mini nicely avoiding that hammer with a dodge. Saves the dodge so we can avoid that ground pound from Ariel just a second there. Although the air comes out from Goosey with the weapon throw. Spirit has a recovery. Will get the wall touch. Will survive. Comes over to the left side to get some space here. Mini, watch out for that down C that might come out here. Although weapon throw. Ariel doing a really nice job of just keeping the red pressure away. And the ground pound does
Can Ariel get the quick reply? Go to the 1v1. Ground pound's out. Mini turns around. Down airs. And Mini and Goosey take game 2, but that was very close. Had Ariel hit that ground pound, could have gone back up, gone for the 1v1 against Goosey. There was a chance.
Oh my goodness.
Well played from
the
Mini and Goosey red team. They are going to close it out and continue on in their bracket. Let me see if I can take a look at the bracket coming up in just a little bit. We've got Yami and Spacex. We are waiting on the winner of Eram and Effie versus Joey and Efir. The winner of that will be going up against Yami and Spacex. And this is it's going to be interesting. Yami and Spacex, hadn't heard of them until Stream Me. So they made some good waves in Stream Me in the 2v2, and I made a bunch of jokes about a show that I'm not allowed to talk about right now, but it is gonna be interesting to say the least. How you doing, Toast? What is your favorite Brawlhalla?
Oh man, that's a tough question. I don't know.
You don't have a favorite Brawlhalla just yet?
No, I don't. You know, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of anyone who gets out there and does unorthodox things. So on Friday during the Fable Road to Combo Breaker tournament, we had a game where the players spontaneously decided to go unarmed the entire time, and it was incredible. It was like aggressive, in-your-face, consistent, steady, unarmed, and it was maybe one of the most entertaining things I'd seen in a long time. It was fun and still competitive. And that's something that if that happens where it's like fun and unique and competitive, that makes me like, oh, Brawlhalla.
That's the kind of stuff you want to see. I am gonna bring up the bracket real quick before we take a break. But we talked about the upper bracket. You guys can see it right there. You can also follow along and see some stuff that we missed. But right now, you see the bracket right in front of you, and we are still waiting on that lower side. And when we get back, we will be showing you that Yami and Spacex versus what remains to be seen. But without further ado, we're going to be taking a short little break, stretch your legs, get some water, get a snack, buckle down, because as we said, we are going to be going into more of this EU, finishing that out, going into the NA after that, NA 2v2. Stick around, plenty more Brawlhalla action.
Hype.
anything, so you just and how's it going, everyone? We're getting back into it. It's gonna be the EU side of the bracket. We're still doing the EU 2v2s. Nobody mind the laughing toast. It was a funny joke that I said as we got out of anyways, we're gonna get into it. It's gonna be Effie and Eram of Reason Gaming. We just saw Addy, Mestic, and Cake of Reason get taken down, but there's still hope for Reason as Eram and Effie are in it to win it, and they're gonna be going up against Yami and Spacex coming up in just a little bit.
All right, we are seeing Yami and Spacex here. We have not seen them play on stream yet today, so what we're gonna see is a total mystery. You know, to whatever extent it is. We are seeing that roll and pick from Yami, which I love. That extra defense, so good in 2v2. We got Reason Eram and Reason and Effie out here as well, which also super exciting to see. We haven't seen them either.
No, we have not seen Effie and Eram just yet today. We have seen Effie's played a lot of 2v2s for quite a while. Same with Eram. They're both two very strong 2v2 players. Effie generally he's been working these gauntlet characters as well as Scythe. More recently he's been more Scythe centric, but he has a really strong gauntlet kit as well. Back when he used to play with Lands, he would be kind of a Val alongside Lands on the Scarlet, or I think there was one point where they both did Vrax and Scarlet. So Effie, he's got a lot of characters in his pool for 2v2 specifically, and he's really strong with his follow-ups, but it seems like Sentinel is coming back to EU. Eram, not too surprised about this Ragnar pick, as he has a very strong Ragnar, only level 33, but that is not something to scoff at. Yami on the other side, level 90 with his Sir Roland. We're gonna get right into it. The big Sir Roland, and I want to say that I think I saw a lot of sword signatures come out from Yami, which is something that Eram and Effie have to be a little bit aware of. Try to recognize the gaps in those signatures. They come out super quick. They cover a lot of space. And I think Eram in particular got caught by like a stacked sword down signature that he was not ready for. Very recently I saw him like post a picture of it, so definitely something that he needs to be aware of, something to keep in mind about Yami and his playstyle. On the other side, you were talking about the spooky scary skeleton, and as it's going to be Spacex on that Azoth.
Yeah, I want to take it a step further and just say that they have picked maybe the best skins for all of these legends. Just casually, their style is lit. They are, you know, they are aesthetically pleasing with all spaces in between. Gonna get through this map pick out here, see what they're gonna choose. No Great Hall, no Twilight Grove. We'll see where it goes from there. I'm so curious to see how this Azoth pick is gonna play out into this match. Azoth, especially for those SIGs, I think some of them, I mean, he's got that axe bow combination. It really can give you so much variety. And I think a 2v2 is the point where, you know, you have that extra dynamic of a teammate, and just how you integrate that and use that really can lend itself well to unorthodox plays and perhaps unorthodox legends.
For sure. Axe also it's popular currently in the 2v2 scene. I know going back to when Boomy played with Part of the Creed at CEO Dreamland, one of the big reasons Boomy told Part of the Creed to play Jala is like, just play Axe. You're used to low defense characters because Part of the Creed plays Ember, but in particular play Axe in 2v2s. It's such a strong weapon, and we're already seeing Axes. Azoth with an Axe, Ragnar on an Axe. Very strong picks. As we get into game one of this best of three, lower bracket, top 8, Spacex and Yami versus Reasons, Eram, and Effie. And for a second, I thought Spacex was gonna SD. I don't know what this bait is. Might be a ping check? This is unorthodox.
Could be a ping check. Spacex is just hanging out there right now. Spacex is gonna, okay.
So we might have to go to a TO on this one. Technically speaking, the 10-second rule was passed before Spacex started his SD. So from a technical standpoint, this might count, but I'm pretty sure everyone's going to be lenient and be like, yo, it's no big deal. We'll just go into another one. It was
pretty close to 10 seconds, and you could see from the beginning that he was trying and he was checking there. So we'll roll with whatever tournament organizer says. The one in Mysterious, it's okay. I'm getting the go ahead that it is fair. So we are going to go ahead and just see that one more time.
Okay. They're lenient. That's what I thought. I just wanted to clarify if one of the TOs was like, no, it's gonna be like, technically speaking, the rule is 10 seconds to figure out if your connection is okay, if everything is working correctly. But we're gonna get into it. Likely going. Wait, we're not going to the same map.
No,
Was it a map banning issue?
I think they meant to choose King's Pass.
Okay, that was weird. I thought it was a connection issue.
It could potentially have been like a misclick or something, a misfire. Either way, we're on King's Pass, and this is the first time we've been on King's Pass today, at least on stream.
Yeah, didn't see it in 1v1s either yesterday. So this is going to be probably our first and only time of seeing King's Pass today, and we're going to get right into it. Eram already has guitars. Effie has his own set of guitars, and they're fighting it out on the left side. And now we're going to see the 1v1s. This is one of those things about King's Pass, is that you see very frequently players go to their own islands and fight 1v1s. Very infrequently will you see players try to 2v1 on the same island, or even 2v2, because it's such a small platform to work on.
Well, you do have that area in the middle, which allows for all sorts of shenanigans, and that's expected, I think, of what we're going to see here. Although Space's catching that recovery out onto Effie, catches that dare. Effie out on the side, everyone on the side. The ground pound onto SpaceX. SpaceX runs out of jumps, will be KO'd right there. Yami here, choosing to play the edge, catches the dare, or that trade-off right there. Going to be 3-2 for both teams at the moment.
Even in stocks, but Yami is very damaged. Seeing him get rocketed to the sky by that unarmed uppercut, but the big gimp onto Eram, Sares and dares, waits for Eram to burn a jump, and then immediate Sare dare. Eram is down. Big lead for the red team. Doesn't even care that he's damaged, as he's still got the stocks.
Wow, and there's the play in the middle that we're looking for. Yami, nice weapons are right there. Just deny Effie the KO, but Effie catches the side air right there onto Yami. Yami runs out of jumps there though, and will fall out. Down to 2 stocks there. Now it's both blue players against SpaceX over here on the right side, although SpaceX is moving excellently to just move out, kind of out of the way of everyone right there. There's the neutral light from Eram coming out. Eram
Nice
picks up
down
that Tars immediately into the down sig.
Oh,
SpaceX
the ground
will recover,
pound!
Immediately be punished by Effie with that ground pound.
Dancing around, we're seeing the red team start to move forward, want to even up the stocks again. Yami doesn't have the lance, and it's very unlikely that Eram's gonna fall for the same gimp. Won't have the opportunity as SpaceX get him in the center of the map. Right side, SpaceX with a downlight ground pound takes back the lead.
Whoa, okay, Effie and Eram both in their fresh final stocks here, but Eram catches that ground pound onto SpaceX. SpaceX doesn't have the jump or recovery for that and is knocked out entirely. This is a 2v1. All of a sudden, stocks are even though. Yami here, rocking out that lance, trying to put the pressure out here onto Eram. It's not working out so well. The downlight from Eram does connect, followed up by Effie with that neutral, that recovery right there, sorry. And sidelight into there, downlight again. Yami gonna play on the edge, trying to pull them out to the edge. Then you come to me, goes with that sidelight into side air, does catch it, but Effie comes in with the save there on the teammate.
Sidelight side airs from Yami, building this damage. He's still got an extra stock behind this one. He goes for a gravity cancel, down sig, just enough to get onto that platform off that recovery. Swinging left and right. Effie trying to take point.
But Yami is on 2 stocks here, so Yami only on this stock. If Yami just does damage, Yami's still in a really good position. And he has that high defense Roland as well, which is really helping him out right here. This is exactly where you want that defense to be. And the clash right there, allowing Yami to use his movement to recover here. Yami on the edge will get hit by the hammer. Does he have enough? He does have the recovery. Hugs the edge to survive the ground pound, but does not survive the hammer throw that goes down the middle of that shoot on his final stock by Effie and Eram, both in the red, both very close to kill zone. It's a close game.
Very real possibility either side. Yami looking for these dares onto Effie. Both Effie and Eram in perfect synchronization with that stutter step. But Yami gets back up, picks up a sword. Dancing around. Picks up a side air onto both.
Neutral sig coming out. Does not connect. Very tense game right now. Look at the
down sig
players. The down sig does not KO. Effie able to survive.
Sidelights Eram for some extra damage. At this point, not too big of a deal as they're so deep in the red. Yami with a slide charge side stick, but a nice punish from Effie.
This is too close, you guys. Too close to call right now. The slide grab.
Nice side air. 1v1 goes for the speed dodge into the pivot side stick. Eram in the 1v1. He needs more damage onto Yami. Yami with this lance in hand. He's gotten one gimp onto Eram. Eram giving him a lot of breathing room with this lance. Ooh, hops just over the down sig. Ground pound connects and Yami takes game 1 alongside Spax. You've activated my trap card. You've done it.
He bringing it back right there from that 1v2, able to go ahead and use that extra stock to dish out that damage to both legends, to both other players, and then uses that final stock to get the KO onto both of them. I mean, it was pretty tense there for a while. We went for basically a full minute where it was just a game about putting yourself in the right place. It became chess, like very high pressure chess for a moment there, because it was you slip up with one kind of motion and you're done, you're out, and that's what we saw. We saw just a small misstep, and then we saw Yami able to pick up on it and just run in there for the punish. Phenomenal. We are looking to go ahead and get started right onto this next match.
I'm waiting on Effie and Spax to get themselves sorted out. Might be taking a break or at least grabbing a drink. Even though we just came back from a break, Effie and Eram have been working and grinding. They just finished a set before this, so they didn't get the break that you viewers just got. But we will likely be getting into it in just a little bit. Effie, thinking about this character pick. Ooh, thinking about if he wants to play this out. That's a joke. He's probably going to play this out.
So that was a pretty close game there. And it looks like we are getting ready to kind of move on. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, Duke. Like, what are your thoughts on kind of that Azoth pick? I mean, that, you know, Spax was the one who got knocked out first there. I don't know. I don't think it's because of the Azoth, right? But
it wasn't just the Azoth, really. I think it worked at certain points. He had some solid plays. He got that axe down air in the center of the stage, right, against Effie, and then he came back up, got that downlight into the ground pound on Eram for that quick double. So he had some moments. In general, I'm personally not a fan of King's Pass, sorry, for Azoth, just because it's kind of a cramped map, and when he's got those signatures, especially the bow sigs, take a little bit of time to start up. There's not enough room to get the space that you need to use to get the startup frames off on those sigs. So maybe that was one of the big critical issues with him getting that Azoth started. But fortunately for him, he's got Yami to really hold down the fort. Spax, all he really had to do was build out damage, let Yami survive, and then Yami could have taken it out. He had so many stocks left at the end of that was part of the big reason. Like he was in the red on his second stock when Eram and Effie were in the orange on their last stocks.
Oh man, you gotta imagine when you are Yami and you're playing that 1v2 game. I mean, what must that be like? If we could pull Yami on right now and just interview and be like, what was that like for you to play? You know, like, how does that feel?
Dude, it's always tense. It's always tense.
Like, it's always tense. Oh,
it's one of those things though, right? Like it's so satisfying at the end of it to be like, to be in Yami's shoes and to be in that 2v1 and just like, I'm sure there's a level of like, yo, I got this. I'm rolling. I'm unkillable. I got 8 defense. We're on King's Pass. I got all the time in the world. I just hit Eram with like the biggest gimp of 2017. Like, I'm feeling good. Get into the 2v1, plenty of stocks to my name. Like, it's gonna be tense for up until you get the last stock. The second you get that last stock, you pop off, you throw your controller into the sky, and you just yell, and you're like, oh wait, I got another game to do, but it's okay because Spax needs a second. So we're gonna let Spax get his breathing moment while I'm busy like on cloud 9 right now. Not the team, but like the emotional state.
Cloud 9. I mean, it's kind of about the same thing, the song and the emotional state. So Duke, do you while we're waiting for this game to start, do you perform or perform in any tournaments?
Am I a performer? Not
Are you a
by
performer?
day. At night, I am. That is a joke for those of you who are over 18. A competitive player, not particularly. I think I played in like 1 or 2 tournaments, and I was like, no, I'm not good at this game, and I get salty.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I get salty at ranked. Like, there's no way I don't get salty in tournament. But that's the nature of the beast, and that's why these more level-headed players, the Noels, the Multimums, and such of the world, are able to perform in tournament for sure. Have you competed, Toast? Are you in the, I don't know, did you do a Brawl League Open tournament?
You know, I'll be real with you. I'm not the greatest at this game. I've only ever been in Plat. I've never gotten out of Plat, and I've never gotten past like Plat 2 or 3. I'm not the kind of person. I don't have that kind of mentality for tournaments. The people who do, I have a lot of respect for them. But you know, 3, 2, 1 go happens, and I'm like, I'm just playing poorly.
Just like all right.
I think it's a lot of fun to just kind of hang out and you know. Casting's a lot of fun. Running a tournament's a lot of fun. There's something really validating about helping a tournament run along and helping a tournament kind of get going and that sort of thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm from Texas. I have no place like doing those like. Like I don't even like earlier I talked about the Jets and I'm like I don't like there's like a million Texas teams I could have talked about. Like I could have even gone with like Astros right now, but like yeah, we're gonna talk about the Jets. But we are, for those of you who are like coming in and you're like, well, why are we just looking at these guys? Why are they still talking? What's going on? Irem and Effie are currently, we're waiting on them to get things settled. Yami and SpaceX just took game 1 off of Irem, and Effie, Yami looking real strong with his 8 defense, Sir Roland. So nothing too insane. Just waiting for them. Yeah. Sorry,
yeah, whoever takes this set is going to move on into a losers quarterfinal against Logic and Cal. And we did see Logic and Cal play earlier today and play a very strong game earlier today. They were knocked down into the losers quarterfinal by Slug and QS, by Slug and Quare Station. And the other quarterfinal we got going, which we'll come to probably pretty soon, is going to be Goosey and M for Mini against Ariel and Spirit Wolf, which we know that'll be a pretty phenomenal game.
We actually saw that one.
We saw that one. You know, the green 2?
Goosey and M for Mini. That green 2 means that they won 2-0 over Ariel and Spirit Wolf. For those of you who are learning Smash GG alongside us, Goosey and Mini, they're currently waiting in losers semis.
That's what I get. That's what I get. I'm curious, who knocked down Yami and SpaceX and Effie and Irem into the losers bracket? I'm gonna take a look back at the top 32 here. I'm pretty curious. So actually. Looks like Goosey and Emperor Mini did take out Yami and SpaceX here, knock them into the losers bracket. And then who else?
It was Addy and Cake who took Effie and Irem down into the losers bracket as well.
Interesting.
So, player cards are a thing that we have. Here's wait, who's playing actually? Irem and Effie. Do I have one for either of those? No, I do not. Do I have one for Yami and SpaceX? No, I do not. So player cards are going to bring no value, but what will bring value is going to Combo Breaker. This isn't going to fit in the screen. 1 second.
Interesting. But it looks like we are about ready to get going into this game. The players are looking to start locking in their legends here. We're seeing the Jala out from SpaceX with the extra defense. Nicely chosen here. I think we are about to start this game. Look at that splash screen. That's a scary looking Bodvar. I just saw it on stream. It was kind of cool.
Yeah,
cool graphic right there.
If you go to Combo Breaker in Chicago or near Chicago, it's in Illinois, you can participate, you can't sign up anymore. Registration has closed, but you can still view it. You can also view it here online or somewhere. I believe it's going to be streamed somewhere. There's a 3K tournament bonus, as well as you get a free registrant t-shirt if you were able to register before the cutoff, which happened, I believe, 2 days ago. And it will be May 26th through 28th at Chicago, Illinois.
And that's not the only big LAN event coming up. In August, we also have Shine, and that's going to be in Boston, which is also going to have some Brawlhalla added as well. So if you guys are in the Boston area, go to that too. And you can still register for that, still sign up for that. And then as far as things go, the actual registration for it, I don't know. I think it's pretty fair, pretty affordable for that sort of thing.
Oh yeah, generally speaking, it's not the tournament itself that's the cost. It's the like getting there. Obviously, a lot of these EU players, it is more difficult for them to get all the way across the ocean to get to America to play. But we're seeing it happen more and more. We saw a couple of them come out to CEO Dreamland. A couple more will be going to Combo Breaker from the sound of it. And then hopefully.
And I'm actually hearing that that Combo Breaker is still open for registration.
Oh, okay. It seems like it's still open. It's gonna close tomorrow at 1, so you've still got time. Get on that. Get on Smash GG. If you are if you're in the Chicago area, or if you have a way to get there, you should still be able to register, despite the fact that Frone lied to my face yesterday and said that registration closed. This is a joke again. But we're getting into it. We see ERAM and Effie. No character swaps. It's going to be the Ragnar Sentinel. On the other side, Spacex didn't quite like the bow on his Azoth, so he's going to swap on over to this Jala for the Axe Sword combination. Alongside Yami, still sticking with this Roland with no stances, just that raw Sir Roland.
We're all Sir Roland now. Looking for Twilight Grove, Shipwreck Falls, Blackguard Mammoth, and Great Hall are all out. We could see ourselves back onto King's Pass or Thunderguard. No, we're back onto King's Pass. Interesting choice. It did work out rather well for Yami and Spacex on that last game. Yami able to bring it back from that 2v1 right there. And we'll see how this pick goes. I love this choice of moving to the Jala here. Again, another legend that's it's not super mainstream, and I love it. I love it. And we are already live in this game, ready to go. ERAM and Spacex off on the right side, kind of facing off here.
King's Pass again for the map picks center stage. ERAM getting the big gimp. Spacex forced to completely disengage, and Yami's in position to cover the top so that Spacex can get up safely with no threat of a ground pound from the blue team. Damage has been done on all sides, though. ERAM getting close to kill percentage due to those big axe swings from Spacex. Has been disarmed, but Spacex turns around, swaps over to Effie. Woo. Just kidding. Down 6 ERAM off stage, and then again, target swaps back to Effie for the 2v1.
ERAM down here in that shoot right there. Gonna go ahead and try and bait Yami out into the middle to keep a little bit of space and room for his teammate here. But he does catch the ground pound onto Effie, but Effie will get recovered into by Spacex right there. Spacex throws to the side to get Effie, running for that one, catches the hammer. The ground pound comes out though for the KO onto ERAM. Effie though will get caught by the sidelight, but the side stick does catch out the team damage here, putting Yami out into the right side. The ground pound comes out though onto Effie, knocking him down. The red team looking real fly right now. Both on their first stock here, both hanging out there, doing a lot of damage immediately. That Nair catching both players from the blue team. You know, this damage is what counts. Lots of 6 coming out from that Jala play though. Sidelight into Dare coming out from Yami, gets picked up by a little bit by the end of that recovery from Effie. Although the ground pound from ERAM knocks Yami down though. Weapon throw up, plus a little interference from his teammate does allow him to survive, but the recovery right there does get the kill onto Yami.
Center stage, Spacex dancing around in this shenanigans. Has to wait for Yami to come back up. Now that Yami's back, Spacex can go back to a neutral game. But ERAM building this damage. Spacex so close to death with his 4 defense Jala. He's put into the defense stance, but it's not enough. The recovery from ERAM will take him down. But ERAM and Effie so close to red again. Such a huge lead for the red team. The recovery into the ground pound from Spacex, just adding that damage up.
Both blue team in the shoot there. Both of them gonna have the weapons. ERAM takes up that axe, catches that side air onto Yami. Yami here gonna get booped a little bit by that sidelight from Effie. Oh, no, the dare's coming out from ERAM. Spacex will survive. Will catch the dare though for the KO onto ERAM. Effie down on the right side here with a hammer. Throws out the recovery, but he's gonna get punched by the Sair from Yami. Well, does he have enough jumps? He does not have enough jumps to recover down to his final stock. Spacex and Yami both hanging out 1 stock above here. The side stick does connect for ERAM, followed by the ground pound from Effie. Ground pound coming out from Effie, although ERAM able to, Spacex able to avoid it. Just catch that Sair, gives it a little more room to survive, a little more room to recover here.
Spacex looking for signatures on two not too damaged blue team members. I'm surprised to see SpaceX not go for more light attacks, maybe try to go for a gimp on the left side. Instead, he's gonna go for the 2v1 onto Effie. No, just dancing left and right. Yami has to fight away the 2v1 with his big Sir Roland. The down stick connects onto Eram's ground pound in the center stage, but SpaceX interrupts with that downlight. Yami not able to go for the gimp in the shenanigans. Eram has SpaceX off stage, chasing high.
Yami
Gets the recovery.
Stared. Yami will be able to recover, but we'll get stared again for the KO. Just like that, we're turning this game from being up 2 stocks to being all on our final stock, although Effie and Eram are very, very high on the damage front here. Yami has Eram on the edge. Eram recovering to the middle. Nice dodge vertical to avoid that ground pound from SpaceX. SpaceX picking up that weapon. Eram goes in, dodges through the side sig, throws out an air. Does connect. The downlight does connect. Yami turning around with a dare of his own, throws out the recovery. Very, very close game right now, folks. The damage on the blue team is super high. The neutral light will catch Eram, but Eram will be able to recover here. Nice dodge to avoid that dare coming out from Yami. And again, we've been knocking them out to the side.
Turn around from Eram.
Side sig.
SpaceX able to recover back up. SpaceX getting reasonably damaged. Yami doesn't have the extra stock to play with, so if SpaceX goes down, Yami could be in a troublesome spot. Does get the dare, will take down Eram, all up to Effie.
Effie here, using the edge to his advantage with those guitars, trying to pull someone from the blue team over, because if you can knock SpaceX out, you turn this into 1v1. Even against that Roland, it's a pretty close game, but you know, you can turn this into 1v1. It changes things a lot. A lot of nice recoveries there. The nair though does come through. The recovery does not connect. Effie able to avoid it. Throws out the down stick and the down air for the KO.
And that is going to be Yami and SpaceX taking it out over Reason Gaming's Effie and Eram. A swift 2-0, and Yami and SpaceX will continue on. Coming up next, they'll be going up against Logic and Cal. No rest for the wicked. To be completely realistic, this is what Yami and SpaceX have to do to win. They got to win this best of 3. They just won the one against Reason, but then they have another one against Logic and Cal. If they win that, another best of 3 against Goosey and M for Mini. If they win that, a best of 5 against Slug and Cure Station. If they win that, they go up to the grand finals and have to win 2 best of 5s. So there is going to be no resting opportunities for SpaceX and Yami at this point. It is all go, 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 win, win, win.
But what happens when they win that?
If they win that, then they're the champions of Spring Championship, and
but
they go home with prizes. If they win the position of being champion, then really, I mean, they're done. That's like they're done. That's all you had to do.
That's life. That's it. We are setting up for our next game here. Yami and SpaceX going up right away against Logic and Cal. All 4 players rank 1 Ember, by the way. Whenever they're ready to start.
They are starting to lock in.
Seeing that Roland again from Yami as expected. Look at that skin on that core. Those gauntlets are incredible.
Not the core skin gauntlets. Those are actually cross gauntlets on a very different core. But we are seeing a Sir Roland response from Logic. Logic did play Sir Roland in his set, so this isn't out of the blue, even though they're on the blue team. But it is Logic. He's going to be on his Sir Roland Cal on this core with the cross gauntlets. They're going to be going up against Yami and SpaceX with this Jala Roland combination.
We're looking at no Grumpy, no Twilight, no Thunderguard, no Blackguard here. Probably going to be Mammoth if I had to take a guess. Oh boy. Here we go. The double Roland. We'll see how this goes. The extra speed, though, option for Logic. Interesting choice. Interesting choice.
3, 2, 1,
and here we go. Game start. Logic gonna go ahead and grab that sword. Meanwhile, SpaceX grabs the axe. Yami gonna pick up the sword, and we're looking at a fairly even game. Yami more damage done to him right now. SpaceX has not been caught. Catches the dare, and is actually caught all of the attention of the blue team over here. Yami coming in, giving a little bit of respite, a little save. The side stick does connect to Cal. A little bit of team damage right there. Sidelight into downlight for just a little bit of extra damage onto Logic at the moment.
Yami Logic and Cal actually looking for a big black hole onto Yami. You saw the neutral lines coming out onto him, but SpaceX gets back up. See the down stick coming out from Yami. Logic gets both with the side light in air.
Damage is looking very high for the blue team, especially on Logic right now. Logic comes through with the neutral sig, side sig right there, and does connect to Yami, but Yami will survive. Meanwhile, Cal over here jumping and just kind of trying to space out the red team, bait them out and give Logic a little bit of room. He has that weapon, he has the ability to kind of get the punch. He gets the stomp though. The stomp, unfortunately, unable to fall, but there's the KO onto Logic. Meanwhile, we're looking at Yami getting knocked out far on the right side, but Yami will be able to survive. Meanwhile, SpaceX kind of holding Cal's attention while Yami survives, while Yami comes back and covers right there. There's a neutral light coming from Yami. SpaceX coming out here looking to get the KO here onto Cal. Cal being very cautious. Look at the wall touch. Throws out the recovery. SpaceX not going to be there. Meanwhile, was that what happened over there on the right side?
Left side, Logic got a down sig onto Yami to even up the stocks, but immediately Yami response onto Cal. They need this stock off of SpaceX to even it up, but SpaceX, with his movement on this 4 defense Jala, has kept him alive longer than 2 Sir Rolands and a core. These are high defense characters. Sure, Logic has 1 off of his defense and he's put it into the speed, but these are still high defense characters compared to the 4 of SpaceX or Jala.
And they're beefy, but you know that Jala she's surviving. She's surviving. Gloria style. I will survive. Anyways, we do have Logic here over on the right side. SpaceX just trying to hang out the weapon though. SpaceX will not have the recoveries necessary to recover right there. SpaceX down to 2 stocks.
Oh, Yami.
Yami knocked down to the right. We'll get the wall touch. Logic catches the dare for the KO. Cal here, up top, holding the weapons, keeping the weapons away from the red team. Neither of the red team players have a weapon. SpaceX able to grab that axe there. And Logic catches the neutral light, throws the weapon up, picks up the sword. Spacing Yami out, giving some space for his opponent to dish out the damage onto SpaceX.
Oh, nice swap from SpaceX. Got the neutral light onto Cal. Immediately neutral sigs away Logic. Comes over, picks up the side air off of Cal. Stocks evened up, but Logic so damaged in comparison to the 2 stock SpaceX. And now he's on his final stock. SpaceX still looking fresh on his 2nd stock.
Oh man, there. Yami pushing out Logic with that dare. Logic coming back to get the weapon for his own lance here. You're seeing both Rolands with the lance here, and it's the lance off right now. You have that dare connect, catching the Sair onto SpaceX. SpaceX for coming out to the right side. Does get caught in the nair from Logic, although Yami throws in the down air right there, keeping Logic out to the right. The nair comes out from SpaceX. SpaceX throws the side sig and denies that down sig from Logic right there.
Yami close to death. Logic and Cal could try to go for the 1v2, taking down Yami, but it's a Sir Roland. It's an 8 defense king, and Logic picks up the down sig. SpaceX charging his own down sig, but Logic spaces it out, picks up the side sig. 1v2.
Light side air. SpaceX coming out to recover to the right side. Still up a stock. We'll get the wall touch. Cal coming in for the ground pound. Chooses to recover back up the top. And SpaceX got to be careful of that wall. Oh, slip right there. The exclamation is coming out right there. No weapon for SpaceX here. Cal and Logic doing a nice job of keeping away. Although SpaceX swoops in there, grabs the needle out, catches the axe, but will get KO'd right there by Logic.
Clearing the board once the sword. This is the black hole weapon, and you see it immediately neutralites. Gravity cancel neutralite to compensate for the DI from SpaceX. So much damage has been done that even if Cal goes down, there is a 1v1 Logic in the health lead.
Oh man, the damage is already so high for SpaceX. Gets caught in the side sig, knocked all the way to the right. Will avoid both gauntlets being thrown there. The ground pound not going to connect to SpaceX. SpaceX going to jump up here, catch that axe, throws out a side air, gets caught in the dare from Cal. Cal coming in here, throws out the nair. Will catch the side air. SpaceX getting a little bit of momentum here. If you can keep this up, turn this around, we'll dodge through that down sig from Logic. And again, moving back.
Gravity cancel side sig, but Logic responds with his down sig. SpaceX,
he will live.
He got the touch.
Oh,
and the recovery from Cal. Very close, but game 1 goes the way of Logic and Cal. 800 damage put out from Logic. So much damage with this
nearly
Sir Roland.
900.
That
oh my goodness.
Is crazy.
And that was only game 1 of this set. We'll see if we'll maybe see any changes, any swaps here from Legends. We got the Barraza out from SpaceX, excuse me, with that extra movement speed. Cal and Logic holding on their pick right now. Holding out on their choice at the moment here.
They're thinking about what they're going to do. Likely will stick with that Sir Roland on Logic, but Cal maybe not too confident with his character could swap over. I'm not 100%. He had the core, but could want some other Gauntlet character, maybe a Val pick to be in position to help out Logic, or something like a Wu Shang, or maybe even a good old TB Cross could be in the works for Cal.
Let's see. Oh, okay. We're just gonna wait on for a couple minutes. We're gonna hold on for a couple of minutes as we get both our players back in here in a moment. Oh, that was a pretty intense game right there. I love seeing these 2v2s go to these 2v1s where they get pretty close, you know, because everyone loves an underdog story, right? You know, it's when you're that one, it's the one, when you're the one against the two, you know, it's your comeback, your ascent up the mountain is kind of like, whoa, you know, it's one of those things.
Yeah, exactly. Just like the wooing.
So hype moments 101, have a comeback, a reverse 6 stock in a 2v2.
Oh yeah, I have yet to seen it, but when it happens, I will give them the chair that I'm sitting in.
You know, I was actually about to ask you. I was like, you've been around for a lot longer than I have, at least on the pro scene. Just longer than me in general. I was going to ask if you had seen that at like a reverse 6 stock.
Not a reverse 6 stock. Reverse 3 stocks happen in 1v1. Reverse 6 stock in 2v2. It's borderline impossible against a reasonably well-maintained 2v2 team. Or, 2v2 team, just because, generally speaking, you're going to have unfavorable trades. You're going to have to put so much damage onto... you're doing basically 2 reverse 3 stocks. It's impossible.
A little while ago, and this is a little while ago, I mean, this was a long time ago, at this point, probably about a year, I saw people being like, I'm going to do 2v2, but I'm going to do 2v2 with co-op on my own computer, and I'm not going to use the other legend. So it's like a 1v2 on ranked and try and ascend through ladder. What do you think about that? Like, what are your thoughts about, you know, kind of breaking the 2v2 system?
It's happened before. Back in the day, OnTilt used to do that, and I think he got all the way to Diamond just doing it by himself. Back when OnTilt was a big player of JV4 on NA. He literally beat me back when I used to play. At the time, I wasn't as experienced, but it was still just like this guy literally like he's playing one of the characters, the other one like he just SDs all of the stocks and then goes into a 1v2. And I believe even Egg Soup used to do that just to get practice of 1v2s because 1v2s were so prevalent when 2v2 was just starting off. Nowadays, I don't think really most people will queue 2v2s like that, but it still happens. And it is interesting to see. It is a good way to practice 2v1s when you can't find people to practice against, is to just go into ranked and be like, all right, I'm going to unplug in this controller, but not use it at all. But here we go. Logic and Cal versus Yami and Space. Cal has swapped characters, is going to be on this cross instead of the core. Still sticking with the gauntlets. And that's actually the skin where those core gauntlets come from. We're going to get into game 2, of Space and Yami versus Logic and Core.
Space immediately with that axe being so aggressive, this Viraza swap, so good right there. So much damage out onto Logic with that side light into down air, downlight rather, into a nair right there. Space catches the Sig right there, knocks Logic out to the right side. And you see another grab cancel, keeping the blue team entirely to the right. Another one coming out. This one does not connect. Cal able to avoid it, although Cal here on the edge. The damage already so high onto the blue team. SpaceX really looking for this KO right now. Cal is going to recover after the right side. The first KO.
Oh, SpaceX though! He's gonna help out his teammate, and he goes for the weapon toss, and that's just a great way to save your teammate. Give him that extra jump, give him minimal amount of damage and force for that survivability. SpaceX and Yami holding on strong against Logic and Cal.
They're holding on to this stock really well right now. Cal does catch that down lane and follows up with that Sair. We're going to see a dare come out, but SpaceX says no and picks up the recovery. Going to again avoid that ground pound from Cal. Cal throwing it up, gets caught by the side stick out from Yami. SpaceX with a Sair, gets caught in the nair from Logic. Logic throws the nair. It's coming, or neutral stick rather, which will connect onto Cal. Oh, catches the down stick for the KO. onto Yami. Beautifully done. And SpaceX here, throwing out these hitboxes with these hammers, with these guns. Catches the sidelight right there onto Logic and Cal. Very, very tense game right now for the blue team. Their damage is very high. Neutral switch comes out, does not connect. Cal able to get in there and get a little bit of an unarmed punish there.
Oh, the down sig!
The down sig!
But the response from Logic to take down SpaceX. Stock's very far from even as Logic is almost on his final stock. He's got some solid movement to avoid that neutral signature, but he's got a lot more that he's gonna need. Yami and SpaceX both going off stage. Cal trying to capitalize for the recovery picks up. 2 stock advantage to the red team.
And it's a fairly comfortable 2-stock advantage as well when you look at the damages there. Side stick will come up for SpaceX, will connect to Logic. Again, every little piece of damage here does matter. Yami catching the side neutralite, followed up by the dare with SpaceX. Nice little team conversion right there. Ground pound onto Yami will not KO, but keeps the red team kind of isolated on the right side while Logic is covering the platform. Yo, Cal right now really going for him. They're going to get caught by the dare from SpaceX. SpaceX goes to the ground pound, but the dodge window is still live for Cal. Cal will recover to the top of the platform, catch that nair onto SpaceX. Nice little denial there. SpaceX at team play, allowing Yami to recover to the right side here. Bouncing will get punished by that neutralite, followed immediately by an explosion nair. Bouncing.
Oh! Bouncing left and right. Yami gets taken down. Cal and Logic holding on by the skin of their teeth. They need to take down SpaceX and then immediately turn to the 2v1 on to Yami. The down sig connects, but the force redirection from the nair will keep SpaceX alive. It's all left to Cal in the 1v2, but Cal's so damaged.
And the recovery hatches Cal for the KO right there. That's going to be our first match. No, it's not.
Nope, that's game 2.
It's our second. Oh my God.
It's even now 1-1 after that brief break from Cal and Logic. We are about to get into game 3, and Cal just playing Wheel of Gauntlet characters. He had the core, he had the cross, and now it seems like he's going to try the vow alongside his teammate Logic on the Sir Roland.
All right. See how this rolls out. Remember, whoever takes this game, whoever wins this match between Logic, Cal, and Yami and SpaceX will move on to the loser semifinal to fight Goosey and M4 Mini, or as you called them earlier, Moosey.
That's their team name on Smash GG is Lil Moosey, but it is Goosey and M4 Mini. Logic banning out the maps as we are on the 3rd game of this set. Winner of this continues on, like you were just saying. Just kidding, they don't want to ban those maps. We're gonna think a little bit harder. That's like one of those things where like Logic's banning out the maps and he's like, all right, no Grumpy Temple, no King's Pass, and then like 3 seconds later Cal's like, whoa, hey, yo, what if we want that map though? Just like, all right, we'll go back, gotta figure out again, reestablish, because it is a 2v2. It's not just whatever maps you like, it's whatever maps you and your teammate want to play on. So they gotta think
all about
this.
Compromise,
just like a real relationship.
Yeah, I mean, 2v2 is arguably more important, though. You know, your 2v2 partner is...
That's for life, all right? Or at least for as long as the circuit goes, because you want to keep those points. There's no prenups on those circuit points, all right? Only on lands are there circuit point prenups. All right, getting back into the map staging, map banning. There's Grumpy, there's King's Pass. Cal's like, all right, you right. Don't want those maps. What is going to be left on the board? Twilight Thunder, Blackguard, Mammoth. One more map for Logic to ban. It's going to be Blackguard.
Twilight or Thunderguard or Mammoth? Go to Twilight.
Twilight generally not favored in 2v2s. I like Twilight. I think it's a style and map. It's beautiful, but it's generally not favored in 2v2s just because it can get cramped. Lots of people won't go to those soft platforms or the island, so you end up just getting very stuck inside of that middle area. Instead, they're gonna go for the quote-unquote competitive map, the map that everyone picks in tournament, Mammoth Fortress. It's just a clean map. And we're gonna get into game 3, Logic and Cal versus Yami and SpaceX.
Yami already picking up that lance right away. Gonna connect immediately with a side light into a side sig right there. Does a lot of damage to the blue team so early on. SpaceX catches will connect with the Dare and is approaching Logic so often the Dare, but Logic's saying no, catching two neutral airs in a row, unarmed neutral airs in a row, do a lot of damage there.
Oh, that neutral sig, SpaceX is just doing neutral sigs in the middle of the map, left and right, trying to pick up Cal, who's staying in the sky, has yet to get the hit. He just wants that kill with that neutral signature, but it's not gonna be enough. He's still going for it on the left side, throws out the side sig, almost catches Yami, but Yami able to spot dodge, side airs away Logic, and get the finisher.
Goes to grab, cancel downlight right there, but will be avoided by Logic. Logic now on the platform will connect with that down sig. Logic will follow through the side light. SpaceX here above, throws out the Dare. Cal with a nice dodge will get caught in that side light from SpaceX, side air from SpaceX. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
Everybody is damaged. The neutral light, the side sig. Off stage, Logic avoids the weapon toss, but immediately SpaceX dares and gets the positioning that Yami, even though he took the damage from the Dare, didn't get the force. So Yami gets to hold on to his stock, and SpaceX and Yami holding on strong in the red, in the lead. Recovery's not enough for Logic.
Oh man, Yami and SpaceX here holding on. The side light right there will get the KO onto Yami. Cal looking to follow it up on the right side with the gauntlets. So recovery just about SpaceX. SpaceX is gonna watch out. The wall slip does enact right there. The neutral light comes out from SpaceX. Cal here will get caught by that neutral stick out of downlight from SpaceX. SpaceX surviving still on his first stock. Still surviving here on the side air right there from Logic. Will get the KO. This is all down to 2 stocks right now. Yami with that sword will fall into Logic's neutral light right there. And Logic throwing on that instinct, edge guarding just a little bit, will pick up the recovery onto Yami. Throws up the side light, not a great move for killing, but for dishing out damage, I mean, it's so good. Yami throws out that recovery again, which will connect to Logic. Logic punishes that side stick out from Yami to the left side.
Cal, he's got gauntlets though, so he's got movement. He's still got movement. He's burned a lot of his jumps, and SpaceX catches him and isn't done yet. Immediately swaps over to Logic. The Logic is able to recover past, barely surviving. Logic deep in the red though, off stage. SpaceX still very survivable, very tanky with his Barraza.
Downsy comes out from Barraza. Again, Yami though will go for the recovery, does have a dodge left. You get the wall touch, does get the wall touch. The recovery from Cal will pick him up. The down sig though, slide down sig for the KO onto Logic right there. Logic down to his final stock. SpaceX that's not done to the right. Logic though, putting the pressure instead on Yami, not sending out to the right side with Cal following. Cal throws out the recovery, does pick up onto SpaceX. Down sig will connect to Yami. Yami will survive, throwing on these dares to recover a little bit faster. Throws out the dare, connects with his teammate there. Downline into Sarah will not KO Yami. Yami will recover. SpaceX throws out that pick up that recovery for a save for the ground pound.
Exclamation point come out from Yami. Signatures from Logic and Cal. They want these kills, but it's going to be the downlight side air from Logic to take down Yami. SpaceX dancing around with these guns. Every shot does so much damage onto Cal and Logic. They cannot afford it. Down sig, Logic barely on top of it. Side air will get the kill. This is their opportunity. They need the 2v1, but they're going to back away as Yami goes under the stage.
Yami throws out that side stick. Cal coming in with that neutral light for the punish. Yami being very aggressive here. SpaceX backing him out from behind with that axe. Gonna swap out to kind of these 2 1v1s for a moment. The recovery from Yami will connect to Logic. Logic recovering out to the left side. Yami again punishing Logic with these recoveries, with this sort of recovery consistently. But Logic catches a neutral air there, and then catches the side signature for just a lot of pressure, a lot of damage out to Yami.
Logic tried to punish SpaceX, but SpaceX with that downlight was able to hop over the downlight from Logic, but Logic has Yami off stage. Nice neutral sig from SpaceX. He's been doing it so much, but the side sig takes down Yami. It's all left to the 2v1 from SpaceX. Logic picks up a downlight, but doesn't want to follow up. Instead, backs up, resets for the down sigs.
There's the downlight side air combo. Or again, a little bit of push, a little bit of pressure on Cal. Damage is so high on all these legends right now that all it would take is 1 KO, 1 signature here to turn the tides. SpaceX does get knocked out into the left side there by Logic. Logic throws up the down stick. Very quick signature coming out.
Logic is footsying around this side air. You've seen SpaceX go for these side airs, and Logic just outside of that second blast. He's done it so many times. He is positioning beautifully against SpaceX, and Cal's going to be the one to get the punish with that neutral light. Logic just baiting with his Sir Roland around these side airs.
The blue team knows they just got to hang back, knows they got to be careful. Throw out that Sig there. The weapon throw out from Cal. Again, giving a little space, forcing Space here in a moment to wall slip, which is right there. There's the wall slip. Oh! Down Sig coming out from Logic, though. Space, nice movement right there to fall right through that null zone. The Sayer comes out. SpaceX opting to stay with Cal. Cal putting on a little pressure to allow Logic to follow through. The down comes out from Logic.
Punish. Downlight side air. Logic's done it. Takes down SpaceX after a very prolonged amount of footsies between the two. SpaceX trying to go for those max range fadeaway Sayers, and Logic was on the edge of so many of them, finding that positioning that the second SpaceX went for a big commitment with that gravity cancel side Sig. Logic comes in, punishes, and kills.
Which means we are going to be seeing Logic and Cal go up against M for Mini, the Ulgrim Man, and Goosey, who has kind of been played a couple legends, right?
He's bounced around a little bit.
Bounced around a little bit.
I think there was a Bodvar at one point. I don't remember if it was a Val, but Goosey's he's hopped around. He doesn't settle on anything. He's just like just whatever I feel like. Flavor of the month with his character picks. Whereas M for Mini, he's gonna be on the Ulgrim. Logic, the Roland is working. There is no arguments from me. Cal, he's been playing Wheel of Gauntlet characters. Will he be starting with the Val, or will he be starting going all the way back to that core? Remains to be seen, as they have yet to lock in any characters for the upcoming set.
Yeah, well, let's see what they do choose to lock in. You know, you have to keep in mind that M for Mini and Goosey have had a little bit of time to kind of cool down in between matches, right? Meanwhile, Cal and Logic just played a very tense best of 3, and they're coming into this fresh from that game. So as we get these players going, ready to pick, you have to take into account, I think also, that exhaustion does play a factor, mental exhaustion in this game a lot. We are seeing that Ulgrim pick from M for Mini, though, and Goosey rocking that Bryn. We've seen Goosey play that Bryn before. A nice solid pick, and an exciting one at that.
Yeah, the Bryn pick, I do remember him picking it, and now I remember he had the Hattori as well. He was playing that defense stat Hattori, but Goosey, he's got a couple of character picks in his pool. The Bryn, very strong in 2v2 again. We talked about it earlier. The axes it's just such a good space control, especially if Cal's gonna be coming in with these gauntlets. He's gonna have a hard time getting on top of M for Mini and Goosey, as the axes just covers so much space, so many of the approach areas that gauntlets generally try to come in on. Logic and Cal, they're thinking very long and hard about what these characters are gonna be.
Oh man, and here we go. Yeah, thinking long and hard about where they're gonna be. They're just figuring out who's the higher seed at the moment, and once they do that, we will see them lock in their legends and move on to map choice. So right now, I see you have the bracket up there, which is great. So winner of this set is gonna move on to the losers finals, which is gonna be Slug and QS. And whoever wins that is going to go up against Addy and Cake, Addy Mastic and Cake, both from recent gaming. It would be interesting if we saw, well, we'll speculate when we get there, right? But we could see a rematch of the winners final should Slug and QS win that game. But we're not there yet. We're Goosey and M for Mini versus Logic and Cal right now, and we are ready to start. I think these players have locked in. We're seeing that Ulgrim choice from Logic. Interesting choice, going neck and neck with M for Mini's Ulgrim, and Cal with the Taros, which I believe maybe to go neck and neck with the Bryn from Goosey. Interesting choices here. What are your thoughts, Duke?
We saw Taros very, very effective in 2v2s in the stream meet, especially in the EU side, to the point where it was like double Taros was like, that ended up being the thing. So interesting pick from Cal, but it seems to be coming into the meta, especially in 2v2. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Axe in 2v2 is a strong weapon. Logic has that axe. He's also got his lance from his Sir Roland, like we saw just a little while ago. Cal, he's got the hammer as well. And I said it again, hammer, strong in 2v2. One of the big reasons why Taros is starting to come back into the meta, specifically for 2v2. Very powerful picks from the blue team. But they're getting handled a little bit, as they have yet to get a swing onto the red team. Goosey's still dancing around. Finally picks up a spear, but on the right side, Logic has the side light down light on M for Mini.
Logic here going off against Mini though. Mini using that lance to just outrange, outpace Logic here, who's kind of attempting to get in here with those dares, with those nairs. Downlight into, sorry, sideline into downlight for some damage there. Downsig comes out from Logic. Very fast-paced game right there. We saw Neutral Slug connect onto Mini out from Cal. You can see the side stick get punched from Goosey. Goosey goes in following fall for that ground pound for that dare. Does not connect though, and both players are able to recover here. Side stick comes out, gonna get punched, but side stick from Logic and Mini here will recover. No weapon though, gonna pick up that axe. Downsig.
Oh, nice stomp into neutral. Cal just throwing out Sigs. Everybody's close to death, but Cal's got the kill combos, whereas almost everyone else just has downlights, and you're seeing Logic getting swung high into the sky, the neutral light, but the side stick from Mini will take the first stock off the blue team. Ground pound, nice, into a chase dodge, neutral light onto Mini, using that chase dodge not to chase, but to target swap, but a stop neutral sig keeps it even from Cal.
Basically a match reset here with the damage so high. The downsig will actually connect to Logic, doing a little bit of team damage right there, but we are seeing Cal go for that neutral light. Mini getting in there, about to catch a neutral light. We'll catch that side sig though, right there. And there's the side light into Nair out from Mini, doing a lot of good damage here. Meanwhile, Cal coming in here with that axe, gonna turn around, spacing himself against Goosey, catches that down side light into this down air combo. Grab cancel, neutral light there. Onto Goosey, doing so much damage. Goosey right now almost in the red, almost in that kill zone. A couple more hits will get them there. Hits clash right there.
That was a very intelligent gravity cancel from Cal to spot dodge through the weapon toss, get just enough iframes that the weapon toss doesn't hit him, and then neutral light onto Goosey. Just very high level play from Cal onto Goosey. Minor moment, but just shows the capabilities of this player. Side stick charged up, but Logic drops into it.
Goosey coming out against Logic right now on the right side. Logic gonna go ahead and go neck and neck, Algrim versus Algrim. Logic here, turn it around, moving towards Goosey, gonna kind of capitalize on the space that Mini was knocked out there. Oh, but both the red team move into that neutral light from Logic. Logic throws out that down sig, holds it a little bit. No one's gonna get caught in it though. This is a side stick. Goosey falls in with a falling Sair, which does connect to Logic. Logic does save himself with that weapon throw right there. Nicely done.
Nice recovery underneath. Gives them the stock lead. The down sig connects, covers left, then right. Cal picks up the down sig, but they're so deep in the red. They've got to be careful, position properly. They need to widen this gap, but Goosey picks up the recovery. Logic's in trouble. You got some damage, but the recovery from Mini.
And again, it's a total reset essentially in this match. Fresh stocks all around, everyone down to their final stock, just like that first stock. This game could go either way. They're coming out from Goosey. Goosey coming in. Neutral air coming out from Logic. Logic falling in. Takes up the axe, catches the Sair onto Mini. Mini with that lance. Goes, catches that neutral light onto Logic. Tries following up, but moves back, and Goosey gets caught in that neutral light. Logic hunting Goosey down, throws out that neutral stick. Goosey coming in with a little bit of a punish there. Catches the Sair on both him, Logic and Mini. Catches the side light into down onto Cal. Catches what I think was a Nair out of there. Neutral air out of there. Neutral light coming out of Cal. Very tense at the moment. Damage high on Cal and Mini.
Damage is getting close. Cal in almost the kill percent, but the down sig does so much damage as it picked up both swings onto Mini. That side air sends him off stage. Turn around. No, Cal's gonna stick around. Throws the hammer, but Goosey has Logic off stage. Side stick thrown out from Cal. Logic able to get past, but a Sair from Goosey sends him the other direction.
Mini.
Oh, the Sair from Goosey.
Oh. It's gonna be a 2v1 here, but everyone's basically in that kill zone. But the team,
the combo, Goosey with the side air. Side air might not have killed, but the down signature does. And Mini will get the finishing blow, giving him 4 kills to his name. Game 1 going the way of Team Moosey.
What a match right there. What a finish. That was a clutch finish from Mini and Goosey right there. We'll be moving us into our game 2 of this set. No character swaps from Mini or Goosey. We're waiting on Cal and Logic to lock in, see what they do. Maybe they're gonna swap legends. No, we're gonna see the Taros Algrim choice one more time. And there was such a neck and neck game. It's hard to say what's gonna happen this time.
going to be intense, to say the least, as the last one was very, very intense. Cal, with his big swing and Taros, hit multiple down signatures, almost got the hits, but Goosey was able to pick up those side airs at the last minute, side airing Logic and getting a kill, then side airing Cal into M for Mini's down signature. We are going to go into game 2. M for Mini and Goosey 1 game away from getting into the losers finals to go for to guarantee their spot in top 3.
3, 2, 1.
Every player in this match has Axe as one of their weapons, and I expect that, you know, like you're saying, Axe being a very strong weapon in 2v2, that's what we're seeing right now. Although Logic opting here to use that lance, the red team though on that double Axe at the moment, throwing out a lot of nairs, just kind of space out the blue team there.
The side light from Logic adding damage onto Cal. Cal's getting juggled left and right. Hasn't been able to find the footing that he needs to get that momentum to start hitting those big swing-in hits. Cal currently disarmed, but center stage M for Mini shoving Logic around. Cal gets back up, but immediately side aired off by his teammate, and the side air from M for Mini. Nobody else close to death, just so much juggling. Nice recovery charge from Logic.
Kill for a kill. These teams are exactly matched at the moment. And for Mini here, falling down on the Cal, going for that dare. Instead, going to catch a neutralite onto Logic just right there. And for Mini's swapped into 2 1v1s here. Cal though bringing it back in, trying to keep it close, keep it clustered, where you know those hitboxes can really work out. Goosey throws out that downlight, and we do see a Sig come out, knocking M for Mini out to the left side. M for Mini without the weapon, gonna try and catch that recovery there. Cal too high though to be connected by the weapon throw from Goosey though. So good. Down stick comes out from Logic. M for Mini here with it. The neutralite with that lance, oh, the neutral stick from Cal does connect onto Logic, and for Mini giving a little bit of survivability with that weapon throw up. Will recover, has this lance. Will get caught in the nair from Cal. The spot dodge just not lasting long enough. Cal with the perfect timing to get the KO onto M for Mini here.
Nice recovery.
Logic, such a good position.
Logic and Cal both deep in the red. M for Mini though is unarmed. His only real big kill options are Sair and recovery, so he's gonna swap over to the Axe to get some of those big hits, those big Axe Sairs. Goosey hits the Sair. Logic using that weapon toss for coverage to get back up safely, holding on to his first stock in the red. Building up this damage again onto Goosey and Cal. That Sair's not gonna kill. Logic gets up, the recovery hits. Logic's still alive. Cal gets taken down by the Sair from Goosey from center stage.
Can Logic ever be defeated? I don't know. I don't know if we were ever going to see it this game. Logic catching that downlight right there. Goosey up on the right side, spacing. Logic getting a little bit team damage right there. M for Mini dodges through, gets punished for the dodge through the side light right, and the neutral sig connects to M for Mini. Meanwhile, we just saw Logic get
nice,
but Cal right there with a KO, with the double KO.
Swinging every direction, gets the double, gets the lead for his team. Cal's got to be careful. He is the most damaged person on the screen in the yellow, but the neutral lights come out, and just kidding, Cal holding on. He has disarmed himself though. M for Mini can put the pressure out. Immediately
recovery. Goosey following through that side light with a side air, knocking Cal over to the right side. Cal gonna recover to the left, the wedge, but Cal comes in with the side air, knocking Goosey out to the left side. Logic there to follow up with the neutral sig, but Goosey avoids it. Goosey with the Axe, throwing out those nairs. Cal gets knocked out to the right side, will recover the ground. The dare though, the down air from M for Mini though, will get the kill on Cal. Cal is out. That means this is a 2v1 right now. Logic with that extra stock on both the other red team lanes right now, but everyone's in kill percentage right now. This is a very, very close game. If Logic can survive, Logic's going to be in a very good position to take this match.
And M for Mini and Goosey are playing this 2v1 just the way that I was telling you about, like in 1v, like if you had to do like a 6 stock reversal, this is why it would be difficult. Is the second Logic starts putting damage out, the second he locks himself in a hit stun, the other opponent just runs over, doesn't care if he hits his teammate, as long as he's building more of that damage onto Logic. Logic starting to swing for the fences with these signatures, almost gets the follow-up off the island bounce. The recovery hits! It's all left to Goosey in the 1v1. Logic's got an extra stock though. That weapon toss.
Kill.
One dare.
Oh no, and now Logic instead of definitively strong position, up a whole stock, catching that nair, keeping Goosey away from the platform, recovering in. Logic has some space to play with, some room to play with here, some damage to take. The neutral sig comes out, does not connect. Goosey gets caught by the downlight for the KO. Logic gonna take this 1v2 situation, turned around by Logic, doesn't even lose his second stock. Good game.
And we are going to be going into game 3. Logic has been doing so much damage. Like, we talked about SEO Dreamland. Like, there's this Creed clause, right? Where if Creed does 300 damage, Boomy is going to be able to carry Creed. This is the Logic clause. If Logic does 800 damage, he's sitting pretty. He's going to win. But if he goes under, if it's like something close to 400, 500, even if it's 600, like 600 is a pretty respectable amount of damage. If he's not doing 800, it's gonna be a little bit more rough for him. We are seeing Cal swap on over to the Val, was not feeling the Taros at all, and he's gonna have a rough time with those gauntlets getting in on the axe swings, but he's gonna have a more comfortable time with this Val. He's been playing gauntlets a lot more frequently.
It also, we've had a lot of aerial kind of approaches, and both on the platforms, both on the central platform, and also off on the left and right side. And those gauntlets, they give a lot with that, both, you know, with nair and with dare, and that horizontality of the ground pound. It really, you know, it will play well, I expect, into how this match matchup has been playing out lately.
3, 2, 1.
Well, we'll see if he can use that horizontal ability to his advantage as we get into this. It is going to be game 3. Winner of this continues on into the losers finals, hopefully to win that and go for the grand finals. We'll find out, as Logic has yet to be touched from the red team.
There's the first boop out from M4Mini. It's a side light onto Logic. Logic here, though, does knock M4Mini out to the left side. Cal swapping over to Goosey here. Throws it the side zig, but will get punished by the side light from Goosey. Cal coming down, throws his gauntlets. M4Mini, though, on the edge there, is able to get in there and catch a lot of damage. Goosey, though, catches that side light onto Logic. The side light into recovery from M4Mini, doing a lot of good damage onto Logic. Logic coming through here, spacing them out, catches the side air onto M4Mini. M4Mini knocked back here, swapping out to Cal. We're seeing a swap over back to Logic. You can see it's very, very quickly swap back and forth. The weapon throw does kind of move M4Mini right there, but side sig out from Cal will not KO.
Cal showing his comfortable play style with this Val, able to hit those side signatures onto M4Mini. Not quite a kill move as M4Mini. Very strong, very survivable with this Ulgrim. Down sig connects, but Logic still holds on. He's got an Ulgrim of his own. The side light into the side air from Goosey takes the first stock. Logic with the immediate response recovery, keeping it even.
Just like last game, we're seeing a very, very basically matched even game. There's the KO. We're looking to see, will Logic survive? Will M4Mini be able to catch a recover here, or a side heavy, something to get the KO here onto Logic? Maybe Goosey will get it, I don't know. But Logic is doing so much damage right now on his first stock, dishing it out in nearly 2 minutes on this first stock. It's a ton of time. Side light into down light. Logic catches the nair right there, and then the neutralizer Goosey will turn around, but the side air from M4Mini will KO Logic, bringing him down to the second stock.
Cal staying off stage, didn't want to make a big commitment, back up onto stage. Logic picks up that neutral light, sends Goosey away. He's hitting these axe swings onto both. Cal dodges in for the neutral light onto M4Mini. Another neutral light onto both, throws out the neutral sig, but the disengage from the red team.
Nice punish from M4Mini, falling into the side air onto Logic's charges down sig. Cal throws out that side sig. Logic jumping out of the way. M4Mini catches the dare. Will
side sig
be connected by the side sig from Cal. Cal doing a nice job. The weapon throw from Logic, keeping Goosey away. Unarmed recovery into Goosey, knocking Goosey up, allowing Logic to pick up this weapon. Goosey, though, catches that side iron to both his teammate and on
nice ground pound from Cal. Will take down M4Mini on the left side, though, and the downlight. Goosey's still alive. Downlight, not the strongest kill option, despite the fact that Logic's hit like 4 of them.
Goosey.
Oh, he couldn't land.
You couldn't land. Meanwhile, Cal gets knocked out there too. Logic holding strong up on this extra stock. Very close game in the at the moment. A synchronized side dodge there from M4Mini and Logic, both Ulgrims, both of this land. We are seeing Cal, though, catch that neutral light. Logic catch both Cal and Goosey in that neutral light himself. The side stick from M4Mini only doing damage to his teammate. Neutral light coming in from Cal. Weapon throw. Again, it's all about spacing out your opponent in this place. The side light from Goosey will connect, though. Logic coming through. We're seeing Intermission and Goosey stick together. The side air from Goosey will connect onto Logic. Logic gets caught by that side air from Intermission as well. Intermission holding on the edge. The side step from Cal does connect to Goosey. And then neutralize from the down stick
on the Logic. Everybody getting close to their final stocks as Logic is deep in the red, but they want the 1v2. Intermission chasing Cal into the sky. Cal is disarmed, but Logic, he says you have to get through me. Swinging Goosey and Intermission away. Logic is protecting Cal so hard, but the side air from Goosey takes him down. It's all left. Cal has to defend for now until Logic comes in. Logic can't pick up the weapon. There's the lance. And now he's back to guarding his teammate.
Long stocks all around. Logic, like you're saying, playing such a strong game, keeping Cal safe, except for when he catches him in that neutral air.
The down stick.
The down stick from Intermission will catch the KO. Logic being knocked out by that side air. Looks like we got this 2v1 situation again. The red team ripping off each other real well, pushing Logic in between them, keeping Logic away. We just saw that side air. Unfortunately for Goosey, Goosey had thrown that weapon, and there was no black hole there, but there was a chance there. Side light into down air. Down light will connect onto Logic. Logic's damage already in the orange, although Logic does catch that side light there for that little bit more damage on both of the red team members here. Lots of jumping, lots of positioning here. Logic catches the nair.
Goosey with nairs of his own. Logic went for the recovery. Goosey's got to be careful. And you're seeing a lot less recoveries come out from Goosey. Last game, Goosey ended up hitting his teammate with a recovery, which ended up leaving him in a 1v1. Intermission, nice recovery. Logic staying close to the wall. The weapon toss connects. Mini trying
so much
to
weapon throw. Wall flip coming to come on there in a minute, but he does catch onto the ground there. Logic will jump it. Follow up the weapon throw with an unarmed recovery. Dodges through the axe, but does not have any more jumps, and that's going to be game. Goosey and Intermission will take it, and we'll move on to our winners finals, losers finals.
He didn't meet the logic clause. He didn't. Is 700? It wasn't enough. He didn't meet the logic clause.
He was.
Oh.
6.
You just froze for me.
Oh, did I?
Oh no, you're good. All right. There's just like a hot. It was one of those really dramatic moments where you're like, and then I was like, oh, whoa, okay, cool. But we're going into it. Intermission and Goosey, they won the best of 3. Coming up next, they're gonna go into the losers finals. They've guaranteed top 3 placement, but obviously they want more. They're gonna be going up against QR Station, QS, and Slug.
Let's get into it, folks. So we're gonna start. Slug already knows he's gonna play that Diana. Already knows he's gonna play that Diana. Already knows it's gonna be good. Let's see what we get from QS. QS and Slug haven't had a little bit of time to relax and maybe get some popcorn, get some food, chill out. We're counting into these losers finals. We'll see what's gonna happen.
Waiting on Intermission and Goosey. Likely we'll be starting off with that Ulgrim for Intermission. Goosey, the Brin's been working. The Barasa is working a little bit better for him. We're waiting for him to decide. Slug playing this Diana, and I want to say QS was on a Bodvar, but I'm pulling a blank on that one.
I'm not sure. Chat, do you remember what QS was playing? Let us know. I think Bodvar was a good choice. Was a good guess, but Bodvar is also, I think, a safe guess for anyone. Him being legend #1, more or less.
He's up there on the top left corner. That's Bodvar. He's the OG. He's a guy on a bunch of the graphics. Not these spring championship graphics. Look at these. Oh look, there's Yumiko on one of them, and there's Ember on another one. But here's Bodvar. That's the graphic you want to see. Is that high combo breaker graphic? Am I right? That's what you're in for.
So I think QS was on Hattori and Bodvar. Thank you, Auntie, for the information in chat. I appreciate that. I love this combo breaker graphic. It's straight fire, and it scares me a little bit. Like I'm gonna go to sleep tonight, and I'll just close my eyes, and I'm gonna see Bodvar staring at me with his red eyes and his like scary, like manly face. It's a scary thing.
It's a very intense graphic for sure. Props to whoever drew that. Like I don't know who did it, but like good on them.
Props. I mean, I think the community does have like a glut of very talented artists who are just throwing out graphics and fan art all the time, which is super cool.
Oh yeah, there's even a graphical contest going around in some ether that maybe someone out there will know about. I know my boy Loco knows about the graphic contest, but we're still waiting on these guys to lock in some characters. Slug, he's already on the Diana, just chilling. He's like, yo, like, can we get this started? I'm here to win. I need to go back up in the grand finals and get that reset and do another best of 5. Like, Jay chilling. Just waiting on the players though. Not sure what's going on. Maybe they need a little bit of a break, a little bit of a breather after that intense set. Yo, Taros though?
Queen Nai? Hologram? So a little bit of fun Brawlhalla trivia for all of you out there. Did you know that Queen Nai didn't used to be Qatar Spear, and that Queen Nai used to have guns?
You going way old school. Back in the day, like this is like, I mean, OG Brawlhalla, there weren't even specific weapon sets for characters at the time. Way old school. And then there was a time where Queen Nai, she had, I believe, spear sword, and just like completely different stances. There's a time where Cassidy was very different looking, and everyone had different names. I can't remember. Nash used to have a very different name. But I'll get started with an M. But we're getting into it. Cure Station, QS on the Hattori, that defense Hattori alongside Slug's Diana. We got Goosey on the Bryn, Emperor Mini on the Ogrim, and the stages are getting banned. Mammoth still on the board. Twilight still on the board. Blackguard still on the board. And Slug and QS can't quite decide. No, it's Emperor Mini and Goosey who are banning. It's going to be Mammoth.
Mammoth. Our game is rolling in here. I love that Dolce Latte avatar that QS has right now, but also get to fly the animated Spring Fling avatar is also really cool. Start of our match here. QS gonna go ahead and catch the spear here. Meanwhile, Slug gonna get the other weapon over on the right to the left side with those guns. Catches an Emperor Mini in that side light. Grabs cancel down light, followed by a dare. Emperor Mini and Slug duking it out here on the right side. So Emperor Mini catching a lot of these dares, QS comes in to give him a little bit of space to breathe, a little bit of recovery room. Emperor Mini catching that neutral light onto QS. The downlight does connect onto QS as well. QS following back, get a little bit of reprise with his teammate strength in numbers, so they're coming out.
Oh, the big recovery. Slug high in the sky. Gets back down. He's going to be onto this bow. Oh, but immediately neutralized from Emperor Mini. Emperor Mini goes to the right side, neutralizing QS off. Lots of people close to death. Slug's going to send him to it with that side sig.
And the spacing from Goosey's side sig right there, just a pixel and a half away from connecting. Nice position from the other team. Ground pound, though, from Emperor Mini to catch the KO. And then the side air from Goosey to KO QS right there. Nicely done. We're looking at a very even game, except for Goosey, who's been holding their own right now with this activist Bryn pick and not really taking a lot of damage. Catching the Nair, connecting the Nair right there. Connecting another Nair, throws out the recovery. Recovery does not connect, though. Neutralites and Nair and neutral air coming up from Slug to kind of outspace Goosey here, and it's working really well. Meanwhile, QS gets knocked really far down. Will recover, but Emperor Mini will connect that side air for the KO, bringing QS down to his final stop.
And Emperor Mini says, I got one on the left side, time to get one on the right. Chasing Slug off stage, completely called it out to Goosey as Goosey disengaged, but now Emperor Mini back onto QS, Goosey on the right, just holding Slug off the side.
The recovery. Slug just picked up the recovery right there for the KO as well onto Goosey. And QS using that moment to come back, throws out the neutral sig, but we'll get a little bit punished by both of the red teams. That down sig from Emperor Mini does get caught in the side sig. Emperor Mini, QS, Slug just gets knocked out from the Bryn. The side air connects to Emperor Mini. And Emperor Mini does recover. Goosey giving him a little protection, covering QS so like Emperor Mini can recover.
Slug throwing out that side sig, knows that Emperor Mini's in that kill percent. Emperor Mini with this lance staying horizontal to QS so he can pick up those side airs and side lights. Gets back up, flashes out, but he's got such a huge lead that any damage built up onto the second stock does not matter for him. Weapon toss onto Slug. Ground pound thrown out, but Slug gets fast. Meanwhile, Goosey building up this damage onto QS with these big axe swings.
Emperor Mini catches two side airs in a row onto Slug, keeps Slug out to the right side, then quickly follows in with a side light, but the neutral sig from QS.
Nice.
Gonna catch it. And then the double KO with the side sig, bringing us down to 1 stocks all around.
Side lighted into QS's signature. Well played from the blue team to give them some room back in, but immediately taken away. Mini picks the side air up. Ground pounds on the Slug, but the nairs give him so much room. Weapon toss, down air, done.
Down air. Good
Game
game.
one.
Those neutral airs from Slug at the end there, denying so much punishment on that edge. It ended up not being enough, but just the raw amount that we saw that is phenomenal. Slug gonna swap over here to Bodvar. Interesting choice. Oh,
right.
what a game! And this.
Sorry? No,
No, please you.
Oh, no. I was, Slug, swapping over the Bobar, like you were saying. Diana, not really his comfort pick, apparently. QR, Station QS, might be sticking with that Hattori. There's going to be black hole potential with the double neutral lights, as well as, anything else that QS decides to go for. They could even just go for the double Bobar. On the other side, Mini, he's been playing Olgrim basically all weekend, and I would be very surprised to see him swap at this point. Goosey did work with that Bryn. Likely will be sticking with it. Just thinking about these character picks at this moment. There's the Bryn. There's the Hattori. And we are going to be getting into game 2 of this best of 5 of Losers Finals in just a little bit.
Game's starting right now. We're looking to be, again, Twilight, Blackguard, or Mammoth. I'm going to guess probably Mammoth, but you never really know.
We all know it's
Mammoth. We all know it's Mammoth. You're right.
Like, yeah, you're like, oh, it's not even Mammoth. No, you know it's Mammoth. It's Mammoth. It's always Mammoth. But we're getting into game 2, Mini and Goosey versus QS and Slug. Game 2 of Losers Finals. Mini and Goosey, if they win this, will be 1 game away from going into the grand finals to try to get the reset onto Addy, Mestic, and Cake.
Mini and Slug duking it out on the right side there, although quickly coming back up to the top of the platform. Ooh, we saw an almost setup for Black Hole there with those neutral lights. Slug catching another neutral light, catches a side light as well. QS catching, picking up that recovery onto Goosey. Goosey falling will use a nair to deny QS any kind of recovery, but QS will fall in there with a nair, follow with a side light. And for Mini, swapping out, throws on the down stick. QS comes in, but it's going to get punished by that side air from Mini. Slug choosing to pick up that weapon, but Mini punished now with a side light of his own, with a neutral light of his own. And the side air out on Slug. Slug will survive. Goosey did get the wall touch, will recover out to the right side, but watch out for Slug, who throws at the ground pound, but Goosey movement too fine, and does narrowly avoid that ground pound from Slug. Slug catches a stop into Sair, though, for the KO. That's the first stock out in this match so far.
Side stick connects from Mini. Neutral air onto QS. Stocks have been evened up off that side stick. Mini trying to build damage onto his teammate, but the side air onto QS. QS, right side. Oh, the down air was coming out. Mini. You saw him bring the axe back, but the recovery connects and QS survives.
Slug comes in here.
Side sig.
Nice side
off
sig
the downline
onto QS. With a weapon toss right there. Goosey kind of edging out onto the edge, keeping Slug away, throwing out those neutral airs. Big hitbox at the side light comes out from QS. Side air comes from QS, keeping Goosey on the side. Side light from Goosey, though. Again, bringing this back, keeping QS away from Slug.
Mini caught by the side light, but immediately takes a dare to the face. Mini chasing after QS. Wants these quick kills, going aggressive left and right, and the side sig connects. QS has Goosey off stage, but Mini's in position. QS forced to disengage to the left side.
Oh, man.
Oh, Big Bear.
Shut down.
Brother Bear takes down Mini's first stock, that neutral sig from Slug's hammer.
Goosey coming up, falling down. QS keeping Mini away. Damage on Goosey and on QS so high. So high right now. QS trying to get side lights, side airs. And the other team is just moving out, moving away. Oh my goodness.
Downlight or sidelight into a down air. Down airs both of them. Both blue team members so deep in the red. QS takes down his teammate. Neutral sig from Goosey. It's all left to QS in the 1v2. That is 1 stock to QS, 4 stocks on the red team.
4 full stocks. Goosey surviving still. The damage is so high. It's like the red team will not get KO'd. And QS gets a beautiful string right there, but none of it doesn't connect with the last hit because Mini able to connect out. Goosey able to get out there. Goosey catches the side light, the down air from QS does connect to Goosey, not so far. The side air will knock Goosey out to his final stock. Mini though, connecting with that down air, throws out a side light. And trying to keep QS away allows Goosey to get the spear. Goosey does connect with the neutral air. Goosey throws a weapon, picks up the axe. Goosey coming in, throws the Sair. QS too good, avoiding it. Does also narrowly avoid that down stick from Mini. Mini throws out the side light. The dare coming out from QS. QS playing like $1 million right now.
But the second he gets hit, Goosey gets him with the recovery. So much damage built up on QS. QS was moving around like a god. But that's going to be game 2 going the way of Mini and Goosey. 1 game away from going into grand finals.
We got a Diana swap out from Slug. Bryn out from QS. Same choice out from Goosey and Mini.
Going right into this. Why? Like, well, it's Mammoth. It's Mammoth. It's probably not going to be Mammoth this time because Great Hall's actually on the board for once. Just kidding. It's Mammoth. Mini and Goosey versus Slug and QR Station. Slug back onto the Diana. QS wanting to join the Axe Club as he swaps over to Bryn.
3, 2, 1,
all right, here we go. Jumping right on in, getting into it. Looks like the blue team is going to pick up that bow first. That Diana pick is the new choice here, the variable in this match at the moment. Downlight does, neutral light does get punished by a neutral air from Goosey. Goosey with the spear throws out that neutral air, catching a side light into a downlight, into a side air. Followed up by a neutral air. So much damage from Goosey onto Slug right now. Slug, you can see, is already in that orange, kind of that pumpkin-y orange, ochre, you might even call it, area.
Dang, ochre using big color wheel words on me. Mini in almost red. Side sig will kill. Just red enough. Oh, and the follow-ups from QS and Slug. They're holding it back in game 1 and game 2. Now they've taken off the training weights and are going in onto Goosey and Mini.
Goosey though, look at that damage. It's so high. Trying to come back, but Slug playing guard, allowing Mini and QS to just fight it out, duke it out.
Nice,
and Slug catches the side stick for the KO onto Goosey. Neutral light coming out from QS. QS throwing out that neutral air. Meanwhile, Slug connects to Mini here with a nair. On the left side, QS spacing out Mini with that neutral air.
Recoveries underneath. Slug have disarmed him, but he's able to dodge around, get back up. The side heavy, the unarmed side heavy from Goosey takes him down. QS charged up the down sig, locked him in place for the side sig of Goosey, evened it up, but Mini's so damaged as he takes a javelin throw to the face from his teammate. That's 7 damage. It's not that bad.
Mini quite high on this damage front, really looking to get to connect to QS. QS uses that position to catch a side air, and then a ground pound. Mini will have a dodge, will be able to recover, but Goosey catches Mini with a down air, which knocks him out.
Nice gravity cancel neutral from QS. Goosey forced to speed dodge through Slug, gets back up on stage. Not the worst situation for the red team, but blue team looking much stronger in game 3.
Slug throwing out that recovery, does not connect. Goosey moves out of it. Slug throws out a down like Goosey punishes with a down air, picks up a recovery. Meanwhile, Mini catches a KO onto QS, I believe. Was that with a recovery?
It's a sidelight recovery from Mini, just so quick onto QS, evens it up immediately. Goosey chasing onto Slug. If Goosey can get that big hit, that recovery could be a kill. Mini just running straight through the blast into the neutral light.
Slug going up.
Recovery
picks
pick
up
up.
the recovery for the KO onto Goosey. Mini on the left side of the platform here, trying to bait out QS to allow Goosey some time to recover. Goosey does get the KO onto Slug. Everyone down in their final stock, and damages are fairly even across the board. Highlight from QS. Downlight from Goosey. It's very tense at the moment, folks. Slug coming in here, connecting with that dare onto Mini, allowing QS to come back onto the platform and connect with that side air. Although Slug here is just throwing out these gun hitboxes like crazy, using the speed with the guns to just outspace, outmove and maneuver the red team into a position where QS can get in there with the large hitboxes of that axe, and it's working so well towards the blue team into sky, down light into side air from Slug to connect onto Goosey. Final stock damage is super high right now.
The movement from Slug, so clean, no damage on him. Neutral sig from QS. Blue team, very real possibility. Side airs Goosey off. Goosey has no weapon. Side airs Goosey going farther. One attempt and QS gets him with a down air.
And that is KO. Slug and QS gonna take this game, not out of it yet. Mini and Goosey still, you know, one game away, but we could see this go to an actual proper 5 matches.
And we are about to get into game 4. One game away again for Mini and Goosey, but Slug and QS looking so strong in game 3. They have to win this one and the next one to get into the best of 5 grand finals. Stage is getting banned out. Mammoth is banned out. We're not going to Mammoth. So, well, Shipwreck's still there. So,
that's okay. Shipwreck is, you know, it's different.
It's not Mammoth, but it's going to be Twilight.
Twilight.
Okay.
All right.
We're going to get right into game 4 of this losers finals of the EU 2v2 Mini and Goosey going up against QS and Slug. Slug staying on his side to pick up the weapon. Goosey picks up his own.
Oh man, Slug comes in, already dishing out damage. The weapon throw from Mini, able to kind of stop Slug's rampage with that bow. Oh, man.
Side to connects onto Goosey. Goosey's in trouble. QS chasing, but the down air shoves Goosey away. Slug couldn't pick up the recovery as Goosey able to dodge around it. Mini trying to play protect as Goosey needs a weapon, but immediately Slug with the pickup recovery.
Done. Mini connecting with that down air. Although the recoveries pickups from Slug are insane, but at the same time we saw Mini really go up there and knock out QS Square Station right there. Although Mini throwing down on the left side here. Nice usage of the soft platform here from Goosey to kind of deny, but he gets caught in the grab cancel downlight, followed by 2 side airs in a row into QS's neutral air. But on the right side, Mini fishing out on Slug. Slug nearly out on the right side there, but able to recover. Mini recovering out into the middle here. Mini gets dared by QS. Meanwhile, Slug picked up a recovery. I think it was a recovery onto Goosey off the top of the map right there. Mini holding his own, but Goosey down to 1 stock, down to his final stock. And Mini not connecting with that side air. Slug able to avoid it. Red
Center
team.
stage. Slug fishing for Sigs. Gets caught by his teammate with the neutral light, but Mini is the one in kill percent. Slug says, QS, get out of there. I'm going to drag you over to the island, and backs up. Side Sig connects. Mini's off. Slug is off, but no one's dead just yet.
Got to keep in mind, Mini and Slug are both on their first stock. Meanwhile, Goosey does catch us connect with that side air for the KO onto Slug, followed by QS getting KO'd by a side air from Mini, quickly turning this game around. QS on his final stock. I don't know where this goes. It's a pretty even game, even though there's a stock up for Mini. Goosey is already
recovery.
Goosey can keep damage. The recovery, though, will pick off Mini off the top of the map right there. Evens is down to 2-1 stocks. Very close game.
Goosey is the one slightly more damaged in the orange. Slug and QS, though, not going to over-focus onto him. We saw them look for the 2v1 onto Mini, but immediately Goosey comes off stage. Slug with the chase. The downlight side air can't quite get that final blast, and Goosey back to the island, but Slug knows what he wants, and that is a kill onto Goosey to get that 2v1, and the recovery will do it. 2v1, Mini has to take down QS to get the 1v1. Mini just won a 1v1 yesterday. He's got to be confident, but he needs to take down QS, and Slug has to play protect.
Keep in mind that Slug also has 2 stocks here, so he is down by 2. He is down by 1 stock here. Total, I can math. But keep in mind also that if Mini does not bring this back, does not win this game, we are going to go to a 5th match here. Kind of a set game.
Any black hole?
Any black hole. Although Mini will survive, will not get connected, will not get the ground pound connection from Slug.
Slug bumped his head. Mini capitalizes with the ground pound. Mini now has the 1v1 that he wanted. Slug White health, knows that he can kill M for Mini's stock. M for Mini, if he gets any hits, it'll widen the gap, give him this lead in this 1v1 off of that head bump.
What a play right there. Just taking so much advantage of that entire situation there. And Mini already has gotten Slug into the orange. Deeper orange here. Every hit with that axe does so much damage. Slug trying to pick up the recovery, but does not connect. Slug throws out that side take. Mini with a side light, down light combo. Mini really just saying, come to me, I have my axe. I'm gonna try and connect you. The dare though from Slug does connect. Mini should have the recover, but the ground pound so perfectly timed right there for the connection onto Mini. Mini does recover here on the platform. Fresh stock 1-to-1. This is a 1v1. This is as raw as it gets, folks.
Slug has the blasters, are damage building weapons, but Mini has such a huge lead after that double kill. Oh, the down air.
Down air.
Each swing sends Slug further and further. Slug trying to find space, trying to get some breathing room against Mini, but Mini charging forward, knows that all he needs is a Sair, all he needs is a recovery, and Slug will be taken down. Oh, dare drops a little bit. Mini getting the help from the platform. That weapon toss adding 7 damage onto Slug. Slug starting to come back in with these blasters, getting some damage. Down air onto Mini.
Slug has been positioning himself so well with his blasters. I mean, look at that damage on Mini. Mini had a fresh stock, and Slug was already kind of in that orange place, and Slug only in the red now. I mean, Slug is in kill percentage. Mini just needs 1 hit confirm really to bring this home, but Slug has been able to just, you know, reverse that. And again, that neutral light, every dare that connects, it does so much damage, and Mini is already close to being in the kill zone.
The chase, Slug getting aggressive. Nice. Forced off to the island, but Mini, this is the position he wants. A dare or a Sair on that island could be death. Goes for the recovery. Slug chases with a side signature. Mini able to punish, but Slug picks up a different set of blasters. Side light. Wait. Downlight, side air.
Sair. Mini will survive. Not even close to being out to the side of there. Slug playing a phenomenal game right now. Damage on both players on kill zone. It's 1 hit confirm is all it's going to take with this lance. Are we going to see it here? The weapon throw.
The weapon toss.
We're going to see a follow-up. The pickup,
the recovery touches. Right side, he'll be fine. That was a big commitment. Went for a hard read with that dodge in, ground pound. Mini already out, punishes with a side air, and that is going to be it. Mini and Goosey continue on. They'll be going up to grand finals to fight Addy, Mystic, and Cake.
Oh, man. My heart is pumping. I don't even know what it was like for Mini and Slug in that game, but like, what a phenomenal turnaround. What a phenomenal turnaround. But like you just said, though, we are going up to our grand finals. Addy, Mystic, and Cake versus Slug and QS. This is a exact rematch of the winners final.
This is gonna be a match.
Wait.
No,
no.
It's a match we saw before.
Mini.
It was in semis that Addy, Mystic, and Cake did take down Goosey and Mini. Goosey and Mini will be going on into the grand finals now for a different type of run back, but we are seeing a very different Mini and Goosey.
I did say the wrong people. I was looking at the bracket and it hadn't updated, so I said QS and Slug. I meant Mini and Goosey. My bad. But we're jumping in. Addy dropping in that random pick.
He's messing around. We haven't quite started yet, so he's just kind of floating around with characters. But this is going to be Reason Gaming's Addy, Mystic, and Cake. I don't know why I even pretended that they got knocked out of the tournament. They're here in grand finals just waiting. They are waiting to see what Mini and Goosey decide to pick. They might be needing a breath after that very intense grand finals finish, but we are going to get into this best of 5 in just a little bit. As a reminder for how grand finals work, Mini and Goosey, as the people coming down from the lower bracket, they have to win 2 best of 5s in a row. First one to reset, first one to knock Addy and Cake down into the lower bracket, second one to finish them off. It's going to be 2 best of 5s if Mini and Goosey win. Otherwise, Addy and Cake, all they need is 1 best of 5. They just win it out, they win it out outright, and they will be the 2v2 champions. But there's a very real possibility that Mini will go home the winner of the 1v1 and 2v2 EU Spring Championship for Brawlhalla, which would be very interesting to see nonetheless.
Yeah, so we're actually going to take a couple minutes. I wonder if we could switch over to our brackets and just take one more look at those as we're prepping for this game here. Keep in mind, Intermission and Goosey did just play a very, very tense, very fire match, and I think they're going to take just a minute or two to kind of let the adrenaline release out of their body, let the heart rate go down a little bit. You know, Brawlhalla should not be giving your heart a workout, but it does every day on the daily. We've all been there, and I hope we all continue to be there.
Those
it's tense, man. Yeah.
Tense, man. I'm not even sitting there and I'm like, oh my goodness, this is nonsense. But you can see the bracket up on your screen right now. We are here at the grand finals. One of these teams, Addy and Cake or Goosey and M4 Mini, will go home the champions of the EU 2v2 Spring Championship. Will it be Reason Gaming or will it be M4 Mini and Goosey, aka Moosey? We will find out, but you can see the road that they each had to get. Addy and Cake, they won against Goosey and Mini in the winners semis. They won against QS and Slug in the winners finals, and now they're here in the grand finals. Mini and Goosey just beat QS and Slug in the losers finals, but now they have to go up against the people who knocked them down to the losers bracket, Addy and Cake, with those clean follow-ups between the two of them.
This is, like you said, it is a rematch. I've already been seeing it in chat a bunch, folks, amidst all the fire. But I, you know, let us know who you support. Let us know who is your favorite to win. Is it gonna be on the red team in the red corner, M for Mini and Goosey, or is it gonna be from the blue corner, Reason Addy and Reason Cake? Both, you know, I mean, who are we gonna see? What are we gonna see from it? Who do you guys want to win? Who do you want to be #1 EU 2v2 today?
I'm seeing some Addies in chat. I'm seeing some blues in chat because, you know, sometimes it's hard to decide which player name you want to say, so you just say a color. I'm seeing a lot of Addy and Cake. Addy's got some fanboys. Daddy Addy. He's got some
seeing
people
a lot of
out
hypes too. I've seen stuff the EU upsets. I love that. That's fun. That's fantastic. Oh man, I'm ready. You know, and as with all grand finals, you could go for a match reset should Goosey and Emperor Mini make it happen. I mean, keep in mind, they do have to win 2 best of 5s if they want to come out on top as the grand final winners. Addy Cake, Mini gonna win free. Cheering for
Let's go, Mini.
Moosey, Blue Baby.
So that's the Moosey.
Shoutouts to the Moosey.
Shoutouts to the rank 1 embers. All the rank 1 embers in the world. Cake's hovering on this ember, and I just, like, I doubt he's gonna pick it, but I just think it'd be really funny if he did it and just was like, I'm rank 1 ember.
But are you rank 1 ember?
Dude, I'm not rank 1 ember. I never will attempt to be rank 1 ember. There's only one rank 1 ember, and it's everyone that's not me.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead, give them the go ahead. I will say that it's very warm in the space that I'm in. I don't know about you, but I got these lights on, and they get in here, and the lights plus the high stress and high cholesterol and pressure from watching these Brawlhalla games, it makes me very warm. Whoa!
Oh yeah, things start to heat up, in more than one way. Yeah, if you know what I'm saying. I don't even know what I'm saying, but
what are you saying?
Yeah, like sometimes you just do that, right? Like you say a random thing. Yeah, you know, like popcorn tastes good, if you know what I'm saying. And you're just like, all right, I guess, yeah, sure.
Are you saying the popcorn tastes good? Because if that's what you're saying, I know what you're saying.
I think I know what you're saying. I'm rank 1 ember, if you know what I'm saying in that right chat.
Oh no.
This is what happens when it takes like 4 years for Emperor Mini and Goosey to figure out that they actually want to play the characters that they've been playing. It's going to be Olgrim and Bryn. Addy Messick going to start off with this Val. There is potential for him to swap over to the Wushan. And we're seeing Cake's Queen Nai. Yes.
Yes.
He's got a strong Queen Nai. Level 72 is a substantial amount of points on Queen Nai. I mean, he was doing work with his other character picks, but Queen Nai, this is the epitome of their play style. Addy is the Val. He's that high movement speed, high defense, move around the stage, set up. And Cake, he just throws out a down sig in the middle, and it knocks everyone everywhere. That's what they're going to be looking for as they get on to Mammoth Fortress for game 1 of these grand finals.
I'm so ready. I love Queen Eye is my favorite legend. Just so you guys know.
Can
I'm
I like
hyped.
mute you now, or should
one.
I wait? Just kidding.
No, because the game just started, and Addy Mastic gonna go ahead and pick up those gauntlets immediately. And for Mini saying no and picking up a lot of unarmed string right there, down light into side air with that arm string. Although Cake getting in here with that spear, catching the side on. Basically, everyone neutral stick comes out right there. Down stick not gonna connect, and for Mini trying to outspace Cake will connect with that side air. Addy Mastic and Cake sticking together here. Addy Mastic will get caught by the boot from Goosey down air, but the nairs, the neutral air is coming from Goosey, just outspacing that spear from Cake. So good at the moment the neutral comes out. Neutral light coming out, connecting. Very close game at the moment. Cake putting a lot of pressure on Mini. Mini will get
damage.
A little punish there, right there. And
the neutral hits. Goosey down sick thrown out, throwing those snakes around the stage. They cover so much space. There's those long lines of signatures. The neutral sig connects onto Goosey. Goosey's still alive, and Mini gets the side air kill onto Cake.
Oh! Already game one, and there's the KO onto Goosey from a side air with that sword from Addy Mastic. Keiko picking up the recovery will run right into that neutral air from Goosey. Goosey throws out a side sig, but Mini actually saves Cake with that hit.
The backswing with that down sig. Mini picking up the stocks, and the neutral lights come out, but Mini has plenty of damage. That damage was purely for Goosey. Down light into the recovery from Cake will take down Mini. Cake's taking quite a bit of damage, but he's on this Queen Eye. Very high defense character. Lowest movement speed in the game. Means it's going to be troublesome for him to move around, but as long as he stays relatively central, he's going to be completely fine.
Cake is going off against Mini here. Mini, they'll swap him out against Addy Mastic. Addy Mastic goes to Grandpa. Will get caught in two dares in a row. Third downlight.
The dares!
With the weapon throw.
And the weapon throw is not going to take the stock off of Mini. 3 dares on the head of Addy Mastic in the bottom right. Takes him down. Was not able to get past that dare pressure. And Mini, great mix up. Side sig takes down Goosey. Ground pound. Mini not going to go down just yet.
But Addy Mastic will connect with the recovery. The side stick gets punished by the down stick from Goosey. Cake and Addy Mastic down on their final stock. Goosey and Mini hanging out. The weapon throw saves Mini from that sig right there, though. Addy Mastic really opting to opt for this unarmed play against Mini. Knows he's one hit away. Although, unfortunately, while Cake was ready there, Cake does get connected through, and that's not going to allow him to connect. The neutral stick comes out.
Side sig connects. Recovery connects. Evened up. And my game desynced for a second as Cake and Addy are back in the center of the stage, not falling to their death like my game wanted me to believe.
Oh man, that's a scary thing right there. And for Mini here, with the axe, oh man, Cake surrounded by both Goosey and for Mini. They're fishing for them. I think you know with that slower movement speed, you can really punish Cake. But Cake catches that downlight into the side air on both players. Downlight into side air. The damage on for Mini so high. Cake goes for a grab cancel down air again. It's so nice, the ground pound coming out. We're going to see a recovery. We see Mini catching a downlight on both his teammate and onto Addy Mastic. Addy Mastic with those gauntlets goes to the ground pound. The down stick from Cake does connect to Addy Mastic though. The side light though, side air.
The side air off of the side light from Mini. Addy holding on, but he dares to the left. Went for the stock. Cake gets he gets the kill onto Goosey. Mini going for these weapon tosses. It's a 1v1. Both players close to death. Cake throwing out these max range signatures. Does not want to be anywhere near Mini, but Mini gets the hit.
And Cake loses the weapon through it as well. Cake now on a slower legend, unarmed. Can he move in the right place? And the sidelight recovery for the KO. And for Mini and Goosey will take the first game.
Mini and Goosey trying to get that reset. They take game 1, but they have to win 2 more in a row again for that reset. Cake, 756 damage. Quite a substantial sum, but that's kind of what you're looking for with that team comp. Addy Mastic 367. It's more about him setting up for Cake's follow-up. So even if he's only getting a little bit of damage, it's like a downlight into a down air. As long as Cake is getting those hits afterwards, then they are doing exactly what they were meant to do. They're going to be thinking about this team comp, though. There is a possibility that Cake might swap over to the Bryn. We might see Addy Mastic swap on over back to the Wushang as well. Just really depends on what they feel comfortable with. They've got a lot of time to try to figure out what Mini and Goosey are going to do, as Mini will be on this old room likely for the entirety of the set. Goosey has 1 character swap, and it's going to be that not the Bodvar, it's going to be the Barasa if he swaps at all. Oh
man, and we are looking here. I would be curious to see if we do see a swap because I mean, we saw it ourselves, right? That game went really well for both teams in that they managed to make that team comp work so well for them. We are getting a Val out from Addy Mestic, which I believe was the same as the last game, yeah?
Yes, it was the
Yes,
Val.
it was.
It is the
And
Queen
the Queen
Eye, so
Eye?
it's going to be purely playstyle changes from the blue team. Reason Gaming's Addy Mestic and Cake. They're sitting on the top side of the bracket. They still have more opportunities after this best of 5 if things do not go their way. But we are going to get into the stage banning of game 2 of this grand finals of the EU 2v2.
I'm seeing a lot of love
mammoth.
for Addy Mestic and Cake out in chat. Is there any love for Mini and Goosey?
I did see some people saying M for Mini is the next Maltimum. M for Mini is the best player in EU currently, but Small Grumpy Temple is not the best map for either of these players. As we go into a Great Hall, it's not going to be Mammoth. It did get banned out, and we are going to the Great Hall. It's going to be M for Mini and Goosey versus Addy Mestic and Cake of Reason Gaming.
3, 2, 1, brawl.
Here we go, game start. We have not seen Great Hall yet today, but it's nice to see the big tree in the background on any day. Cake here with that spear. We're seeing Goosey with the axe at the moment, and Mini catches that lance and is able to already push off. Although Cake is getting some nice strings off onto Mini, although Mini using the side air, the range on the side air to great effect against Cake, who is quite damaged and already on the right side, allowing Addy Mestic to be kind of isolated by the red team.
Cake getting some damage built up from M for Mini's lance, but top of the map, Addy Mestic going for that Sky Gimp onto Goosey, going for it again with the recoveries, but M for Mini comes on over to help out his teammate.
Side
It's going to be
sig.
the side sig that takes down Goosey. Stock lead for Team Reason. M for Mini not able to respond with a side sig of his own.
And for Mini hanging down below, knows if he approaches, he's got to be careful. But, you know, Cake has been taking this damage, is in the red, been playing that tank role very well. And Addy Mestic catches the side air. Meanwhile, Goosey catches a downlight onto Cake. There's the KO onto M for Mini. M for Mini down to 2 stocks. The blue team, Team Reason, playing very well at the moment. Mini connects, although a nice little team conversion right there from the side air into that neutral leg. Addy Mestic
Chasing
goes so
deep.
for that ground pound.
But Cake is there to give him the protection so that M for Mini is not able to turn it around with a big dare. Huge stock advantage to the blue team. Goosey off stage. That recovery connects. Goosey high in the sky. Addy can't quite get that recovery as Goosey dodges under. Cake gets caught by the ground pound.
There you go. Cake down to the 2 stocks, but Goosey's damage is so high. Neutral Sig will get punished by the neutral light, but the neutral air comes out, and the recovery from M for Mini will actually punish and KO his teammate Goosey right there. Addy Mestic, meanwhile, hanging out comfortable on 3, gets caught in that downlight, will survive, connects to the ground pound to Goosey, and immediately gets a neutral light onto Cake right there. Addy Mestic throws out the neutral air.
M for Mini falling, but Addy and Cake taking advantage of it by going for the 2v1. Addy immediately turns around, gets the stock off of M for Mini, and Goosey was jumping in the sky, and Cake is gonna stand in the middle. They are gonna try to wait it out, let M for Mini's connection settle, but M for Mini, oh, it might be a bot. The way that M for Mini is playing right now, this looks very much like a bot, just kind of honing in on Cake. Settling, and we're back at it. Goosey picks up the down air.
Okay. Looks like we do have a little bit of server lag or connection lag here in the game, but there's the neutral sig.
Off of the neutral light onto his teammate. Cake picking up that side air onto Goosey. Side air onto Goosey. Weapon toss. It's all left to M for Mini. He picks up the side air on the left side onto Cake. Ground pounds. Ground pounds. Addy hits Cake. Ground pounds.
But then he connects to M for Mini.
Ground pounds, but M for Mini picks up the recovery. Addy's sticking
Cake
with
on
these
the
ground
edge.
pounds.
Goes for the ground pound. So much fishing out on the right side there. Beautifully done. And for Mini playing a strong game. And there's the neutral sig out from Queen Eye, out from Cake for the KO. And that's going to give our second game out to Cake and Addy Mestic from Reason Gaming.
Well,
man.
that will be a win for Reason Gaming and Addy Mestic. You can see it in the bottom as that is updated. That is game 2 going the way of Reason. Team Addy and Cake, they get that game. Mini and Goosey are gonna reset their clients. We do see Goosey hopped out. We'll be trying to rejoin in just a little bit. Changed his clan tag just for the lulz. M for many is sticking with Bop. I heard that he's the leader of Bop. I don't, there was like a Reddit video that was posted last night where like after he won the 1v1s, he hopped onto like the chat with his Bop members and they're all cheering for him, which I think was adorable. Like that's how I would want to be received after I win a tournament. So like shouts out to like the Bop boys. But anyways, we will be getting into game 3 in just a little bit. Oh yeah, dude, alliteration, that's my thing, as none of the things I just said alliterated.
Bot boys though, it did alliterate and I loved it. We are waiting a little bit of some server stuff that's being ironed out right now. I think one of our players there game crashed as they came back into the character select stream, so we're holding, we're hanging. It's okay. This is what happens sometimes. Oh, I'm pretty excited for this game. I mean, 2 games in and they've been firecracker matches. I mean, action immediately off the top and some insane plays. I mean, we saw how deep that fishing went with the Gauntlet ground pound out there in that last game, which was kind of insane.
Addy was chasing for those ground pounds. We even saw it at the very end. He went for like 4 or 5 ground pounds on top of Mini at the very end. He wants those Gauntlet ground pounds. He knows that he's got Cake there to kind of back him up. The first time he went for it with his big commitment, Cake was right behind him to cover in case M for Mini went for a jump dare to try to take down Addy. It's the teamwork that really lets him go for those big commitments. It's why he gets that safety net of like, oh, I'm gonna go crazy on the offstage play. Cake's right there to back it up, and that's what you want to see as far as teamwork and communication goes, for sure.
Absolutely. We are just having a little bit of resolution, which we get starting soon here. ASAP. Folks, I'm loving seeing the energy you guys are sending to these players. It's fantastic. Send your love more. Send your energy. Send your popcorn. Send your food. Send your life savings. If you own a house, maybe send your house. Actually physically mail your house to these players.
Do it.
You know, the only thing you should keep is other living creatures. So if you have a cat, you should hold on to your cat or your dog. But, you know, everything else that you value in your life, mail it,
all of it,
through the post to these players so they know you love them. So
I'm not sure how many stamps you need to put on a house, but like someone will figure that out, right?
I think someone will figure that out. But we are actually, I believe we're going to take a short 3 to 5 minute break right now, folks. And we'll be back with the rest of our winners finals, our grand finals, winners grand finals very soon.
Trying to press the switch. Sorry.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
Apparently, I disconnected from the Discord and did not
Yes.
do the thing. Apparently, because also BMG gave them the go-ahead as it looked stable. I don't...
This game is,
okay. I don't know.
as I understand, this game does not count. This is a lag test. So, folks, what you're seeing is not representative of the final product of this match up between Goosey and Intermission and Addy and Cake. That's why they're all jumping off this platform here. We will be moving on now into our final game. Now it's just a lag check. We're going to see that same Queen Nai pick from Reason Gaming. What are you saying, Toast? From Cake. I see that first
well, they
word.
Are Team
like,
Reason. They are Team
They
Reason.
are Team Reason.
So it is, I guess, for those of you who heard random sound effects and were like, what's going on? They've been having some connection issues. BMG's looking into it. They seem to say that it is stabilized from the sound of it. So we are going to be getting into game 3, I believe, of this set. Yeah, this is going to be game 3 between Team Reason and M for Many. For those of you who maybe got confused along the way, I know it's been a little bit up and down. It's been a rickety ride in these grand finals. M for Many and Goosey are coming in from the losers finals. They've got to win this best of 5 to get the reset on Addy and Cake to get to another best of 5. Otherwise, Addy, Cake, they go home with the hot W. And we are going to get into game 3 of this set. of Team Reason versus M4 Mini and Goosey.
3, 2,
And here we
1,
go.
brawl.
Sticking to that Queen Nine pick, Addy Mestic and Cake gonna go ahead and get this first weapon. The guitar is over for Cake there. Addy Mestic gonna pick up that sword out, and for Mini trying to divide it. But there we go. We see a little bit of team conversion right there. Neutral light into a side air from Addy Mestic, and it's a cluster right now. It's just between them all. They're on top of each other. Sidestick comes out, gets punished for the down air from Addy Mestic, and for Mini catches the neutral air rather. And the damage from the axes right now onto Addy Mestic is incredible. Addy Mestic goes for that side air, but the dodge from Mini perfect in time to avoid it. Sidestick comes out, and Mini above it, so not going to get connected by it. Meanwhile, Cake has just been throwing out these nairs, and there's our first KO onto Addy Mestic from that Bryn. The slide down sig though from Cake does a good amount of damage, and grab cancel side sig from Cake again, slightly above Goosey connects with the ground pound, and the slide down sig will KO Cake. Meanwhile, we have Mini and Goosey coming in. Goosey with an axe going for those down airs, connecting with that recovery. Addy Mestic will come over, pick up those gauntlets, and on the right side, Cake swatching over, swapping over here, throws out a neutral sig, and for Mini holding back. Goosey will get KO'd by that side air on the right side. Beautifully done. Kind of an explosive KO right there. And for Mini, recovers out to the bottom, gets connected by that weapon toss. The weapon toss again from Cake. Cake picks up the recovery onto Addy Mestic. Teammate, little team damage right there. Cake able to avoid getting caught, but the ground pound will KO M4 Mini there, bringing us down to 2 stocks all around. Addy Mestic gonna pick up the sword and go ahead and connect to that neutral air.
We're seeing Addy off stage on the right against M4 but able to disengage. M4 yet to pick up a weapon. There's the axe in hand. Addy and Goosey both in the red, but Addy finds the side air amongst everyone onto Goosey, then turns around, neutralizes both directions.
Beautiful team conversion right there. And there's the neutral, Cake falling into it. Throws up there, the down stick connects. Goosey will survive here.
Falling there from Cake to kill Goosey.
Beautiful.
Downlight side air into a dare recovery from Addy off the island to take down Mini's second stock. But they're deep in the red, and the side sig comes out, takes down Addy. Cake, right side, not gravity cancel, slide charge down sig, pivoted toward the island. Had that gone away from the island, I think Cake would have gone down, but since it went into the island, it mitigated some of that distance as well as force.
Oh, incredible! The wedge coming out clutch there for the blue team here. Goosey outspacing both Cake and Addy Mestic with those neutral airs, connecting with that side light. Downline though from Cake, knocking Mini out. The neutral stick does not connect. The side air from Mini will get the KO onto Cake. Damage is high across the board, except on Cake. Addy Mestic in the red. Got to be very careful here. Cake connecting with a nice neutral light onto Mini. He has those guitars, disconnect with the neutral stick, which will KO. This is a 2v1 all of a sudden, and they have Goosey in between them. Goosey's damage not super high. Goosey can make this happen.
He's got to get Addy, but Cake is the protector. Goosey staying on this island, baiting Cake over it. Cake takes the bait and gets a little bit of the fish. That jump nair onto Goosey. Addy's actually going to go for the bait this time. Gets Goosey off the island, and now 2v1. Goosey hits a big dare onto Addy. Addy's disarmed, and back to the island.
Oh!
Okay! Gravity cancel side sig from Cake. Just says, I will take that. Jumps right on up. Gravity cancel side sigs onto Goosey. Goosey was expecting a nair or some other light attack, and Cake just hits him big in the face. That's going to be game 3, going the way of reason.
Up. So here's the rundown, folks. If Addy Mestic and Cake take this next game, they are our 2v2 winners, flat out. If Mini and Goosey are able to take this next game, we're going to go to a best of 5, the actual 5th game in the set of 5. Who knows what's going to happen? We see a Bryn swap out from Goosey, or did he just swap skins?
He just swapped skins. He's like, I didn't like the last skin. This one, it's a little bit more my scuff. I don't remember what the skin is called. It's another skin. He likes to swap around. But we're gonna be getting into game 4. Mini and Goosey have to win 2 in a row. Otherwise, Addy and Cake will be the 2v2 spring champions, and Mini will go home with a 1st and 2nd place finish in spring championship, which isn't as nice as 2 first places. You want double gold.
Double gold all the way. Cake connecting with a nice ground pound. Second one will get punished by a dare, but then the side air is coming out.
Cake gets above him, gets a dare of his own, turns to Goosey.
Oh, the Sarah and Goosey does not have a recovery, and Mini gets knocked down there as well, and does not have a recovery as well, and that's going to put the blue team in such an early lead here. Cake and Addy looking fly right now.
Looking R. Kelly fly. The neutralite into a jump nair from Cake. He has a song about flying. Those those children who are like, I've never heard of that before. Goosey, neutral signatures. Addy Messick up into the sky. Addy Messick coming back down to ground, uses that dare to give him some breathing room. Everybody in the blue team is getting into the red health.
And for Mini's side six down bottom will connect with that neutral light onto Cake. Cake will survive. Will connect with a side air, but not in time to stop his teammate from getting KO'd right there. And there's the side sig, the sweep right there for the KO onto Cake by Mini and Goosey right now, both in serious damage areas. And Cake getting a nice downlight into recovery for the KO right off the bat off his new stock onto Goosey. Meanwhile, the sword recovery from Addy Messick knocks Mini up into the sky. Cake does not connect that recovery. Mini able to avoid getting connected with it, but the damage is high. There's a neutral sig, which does kind of clash into everyone.
Everyone just jumped right on top of that neutral signature from Cake. Mini on the right side is in a dangerous spot. Addy goes for that side sig over the edge, utilizing just the different ways that signature can work. But Mini gets caught by the side air from his teammate, trying to get back up. Addy goes for the ground pound. Mini, great patience, uses that recovery to get back up safely.
Down sig out from Mini playing the edge game. Nice. Really interesting interaction there. Cake does not get knocked out, will survive. Cake's damage is high. The neutral air does not KO Cake. Addy Messick there to save him a little bit and catch the Cake will connect the neutral air and recover for the KO onto Mini. Goes for a second KO onto Goosey. Goosey is not quite damaged enough for that KO to work. The grab cancel down like the grab. Pound coming out in the recovery. Goosey gonna survive. We'll come back to top left and we'll pick up the spear. Cake with those gauntlets. Cars though, going for that dare. Meanwhile, Addy Messick picks up the recovery with the gauntlets for the KO, but Cake falls into the side sig from Mini for the KO. This is still a 2v1 where Addy Messick is up a whole stock. Will connect with a neutral air into the neutral light. Here's the black hole.
Follow-up, but he goes for a gravity cancel neutral sig, expecting Mini to DI up into it. Mini just DIs straight to the left, and Addy does not pick up that extra damage. Mini, though, still took a lot from that adapted black hole from Reason.
The charge neutral sig.
Recovered up. He's safe for now. He's going to need a lot of damage, though. Cake just going for these charge down sigs. Addy wants that pressure. He's got the extra stock to work with. Down sig, not going to connect.
Ooh, neutral light will not
charging.
Addy.
Mini with the patience.
The weapon throw, the gauntlets. Mini.
He's got the recovery.
Have a recovery
here.
Addy
planting the flag early. Cake's got it. Dares again. Mini got the touch. And Addy. There it is. He says, Cake, I planted the flag. Like, you got this. But it's going to be Addy who hops over, gets the ground pound on top of Mini. And Addy and Cake of Reason Gaming are going to be the 2v2 champions of the Spring Championship.
What a set that was. The KO, the game at the end, the play on the end, the dares coming out from Cake. Dare, down air, down air, down air, down air, setting up for that ultimate, the KOing ground pound from Addy Messick, just hanging on top. Fantastic game.
Really well played from Cake and Addy of Reason Gaming. Those big follow-ups off of each other. You saw it every now and then. The black hole is coming out. Absolutely monstrous from those guys. Just really well played. And congratulations to them. Also, congratulations to Mini. And his teammate, I'm trying to find the bracket grab, but yeah, Mini and Goosey, who got second place. They were making the lower bracket run. They got to grand finals, but Addy and Cake, just great follow-ups. Down in the lower bracket, we see QS and Slug going home with third place. Logica and Cal, the fourth place finishers of this EU 2v2.
So, with that, we're going to actually take a small break in between now and when we come back with the North American, with the NA 2v2 tournament. Should only be what, like 5 minutes, you think? 5-6 minutes? 10 minutes?
As long as Slosh wants to give us.
Yes.
But we will be taking a short little break. When we come back, it'll be the North American side of the tournament, and we will be starting off with top 8. So stick around. There's still plenty more Brawlhalla action.
Good, you guys.